Rogue Leader checking in.
Red Falcon, live.
The fat hamster, here.
Star Fox in.
Kaz the horse, Umbra, in.
Yay. Just let us...
You shouldn't call yourself fat hamster.
There is none.
Fluffy, how does that sound? Is that a lot better? Just gonna double check. We're gonna check with the mods and then we'll start this all over again.
It's gonna get so
you guys are nuts, but sound is all good, and I'm assuming the music is absolutely fine. Cool.
Cool.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Starfinder here on the Dragonborn Industries podcast and YouTube channels and live on Twitch. We're here for episode 65. I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard, and I'm joined by my remaining 4 players because Alex decided that his honeymoon was more important than me, and that left me with a very, very interesting question. Showers. We all take them, right?
I'd hope so.
Where the fuck is this going?
Oh, yeah, you like that, don't you? So, I heard an interesting thing the other day that people stand different ways in the shower. Some people like to face in towards the wall and towards the actual shower unit, while some people like to face outwards, and they have a preferred way of doing it. And apparently, it's down the gender line.
Is it?
Really?
Yes, apparently so. Apparently, most women will face outwards, and most men will face inwards.
Oh.
I mix it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was going to say
during the
on her.
process, I'll turn around.
Yeah, I twizzle.
Yeah, like a rotisserie.
Yeah, exactly.
How hot's your shower?
Okay,
Not enough.
I think where the gender divide goes, not between the shower direction, but the shower temperature.
100%, yeah.
Because
You guys
I
are
will
molten.
go. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely
Like
I've always gone molten
Yeah.
until I started living with human TJ. He goes like full lava levels, like to the point of like turn the shower down.
I am also maxed out on the shower. If you go upstairs in my house right now and I point and I wave my finger, you will see that the shower that I had today is on the full power and on full heat. I also have lava.
I do like it very warm.
Yeah.
So
Because I'm a half and half facer. I lean my shoulder against the shower unit and I tend to just look at my feet and cry. And genuinely, that is the position in the shower, is I just sit there and I just have the water torrent over my face.
That's depressing.
I tried to sit down.
Sorry, mate.
The water like rolling
Genuinely, if
over.
I'm having a really bad day, I will sit down in the shower and I will just sit there.
yeah, just a nice huddle.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
it's
knees to chest,
Yeah,
rock
it's
your
quite
ass
nice.
forwards.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, yep, most showers. But so, do you guys you don't have to personally describe the situation to us, but do you face in? Do you face out? Obviously, you like to mix it up, but
literally changes as I'm washing myself.
Yeah, you do turn around, but I do sometimes go a bit business, and I put hands on hips, feet slightly wide apart, hands on hips, and just stare into the shower.
But into the actual cascading water.
No blinking.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I did the same thing. I would just stare into the shower and just let it wash away the sins. Anybody else? Any preference?
Not really. Well, I shower for function, but I enjoy a bath. I'm a bath girly. I don't know, I want my bath bombs, my bubbles, my books, my candles. I want to be treated like a fucking lady when I'm in the bath, thank you very much.
Do you like a bath?
I mean, we have baths at home, so...
Do you like a bath?
I don't know.
Do you like a bath?
Yeah.
I hate a bath. I am like a cat when it comes to a bath, and mainly because it hurts so much. Sitting in a bath is just excruciating for me. It's like my muscles are being ripped off the bone. I don't know if it's shin
Stop putting
splints.
the acid in.
Yeah.
If you put bath salts in the bath, I can't last longer than about a
no one
minute.
wants bath salts. Bath salts can do what
They literally burn my the inside of my muscles.
iPad, drink, snack.
Not the toaster then. Okay, I had to said right.
Yeah.
But I
Snacking.
can't stand a bath. I don't mind swimming, but it's at a cold temperature. But a bath, I don't want to sit in a cold bath. I want to sit in a hot bath. I like it red hot. But the bath hurts. I just can't do it. So showers.
What about a cold shower on a hot day?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only sort of discovered it about a couple of years ago, just because I thought, I'm really fucking hot. Why am I taking a hot shower? So I just sort of put it freezing cold, and oh my god.
I always end my showers on a cold setting anyway.
I was going to say,
Always.
do you ever have that last second cold wash?
It's really good for your pores.
Yeah, it really just closes them right up. And I did that for a while because I was working with a Lithuanian bloke for a while when before I went mad, and the government was like, "Don't you fucking go into work ever again." And he was like, "I only take cold showers now. I never get a cold. I never do anything else. You just only cold showers." I was like, "Well, I'll try it." And he's like, "Stop really hot and just bang it down to cold." But our shower here doesn't get cold enough. But I go the opposite way as you. I quite like a hot shower on a hot day because when you step out and you just air dry, oh my god, the breeze! If you've never, ladies, felt the breeze on your testicles,
Just get some of that natural sauce, mint, and
Oh, the tea tree.
that's
the mint and tea
Oh,
stress.
little
really
tingle.
great.
yeah, it's
Tingle in the jingle.
Yeah.
I quite like the tea tree. It's like having a fresh shave and like putting aftershave on. There's something about pain just makes you feel alive.
A mental burn.
It is what it is. I'm going to hand over, because we've got to begin our announcements, really, and I'm going to hand over to Steph.
Oh shit, yeah, I've got to do that, haven't I? Hi. So today, a multi-billionaire sent 6 women into space for 11 minutes, including pop star Katy Perry, which is befuddling to me. But I was, you know, this is women in STEM, and this is progress. It's weird progress, and it's classist progress. But I was like, let's have a look. Let's have some interest. The rocket they sent them up in
Looks like a giant dick.
was so phallic.
Yeah.
It feels so regressive. Like, oh, we're going to put 6 women into space. What should we send them in? A penis.
Men built that rocket.
Men built that rocket. If you would like to get hold of a model rocket that doesn't look like a penis, or maybe does, no judgment, then you can head on over to www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com, where Rich has thousands of options to choose from, and I'm fairly certain he can find you a non-phallic rocket in which to print out in high quality 3D. You can also use our permanent exclusive code to the stars to get 10% off of that non-phallus object. And so, you know, you're really on a win, and we can show Bezos that you don't have to put women in a penis.
I think, was that his progressive way of thinking? Like, instead of putting a penis in women, let's put women in a penis.
I don't know, but whatever it was, it backfired.
It's weird, right?
It backfired the minute they put Katy Perry in there.
What was the point of this?
I
by the
don't
way?
know.
Was it for scientific purposes, or just like, oh,
it was
fuck
part of his, like, was it Blue Origin or something
It is
like
Blue
that?
Origin,
Yeah.
Right.
Just sent them up for 11 minutes.
But like,
And I have a horrible feeling it's the start of a whole new society in space, but only for the rich and famous.
A pop star, a journalist, a civil rights activist, a rocket scientist, and a filmmaker. So only one of them you want to be friends with, really.
Yeah.
which one?
The rocket scientist, obviously, if shit goes
Oh,
wrong
like the
in
filmmaker.
space.
Like, who is the filmmaker, though?
Oh, a woman.
Richard Iowani. So please go check out Warrior Prince 3D for all your 3D printing needs. Also, go check out Roll and Play Press. Roll and Play Press are a great little UK company that do amazing TTRPG inspired books and toolkits that you can have behind your screen to save time and space. They're filled with tables that you can roll on if you're in a pinch and you need answers to questions that your players may ask unexpectedly on the fly. We have a code Dragonborn10, which is an affiliate code which you can use to get 10% off your books if you go to their website, rollandplaypress.com.
What's called New Shepherd?
Is that the name of the...
That's the name of the... No, there's... Shepherd was one of the first Americans in space.
Oh, but so... because that's why Commander Shepard in...
Yes, that was the reason why they were named
in,
that. Yeah,
in Mass Effect. Moving on.
Sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. I like it. We've gone down the rabbit hole. Also, check out Battle Systems. We have a link which will come up in chat hopefully in a bit. If not, go to our link tree, which is either on our About page or on pretty much all of the socials for Dragonborn Industries, and check out the terrain that we've been using, especially in recent weeks with Starfinder, because it was a lovely little thing from Battle Systems to send us out to this modular terrain, and there's a link we have there that lets them know that we've sent you to them. So please go click the link, check out the stuff on their website. I believe they're international and all over the place because they are quite an awesome company like that. But yeah, please check out Battle Systems, and thank you for supporting the show. I'm going to hand over to James, who's going to chat about Twitch.
Yes, so you of those out there, they've got Amazon Prime. You can link that to your Twitch account, and once per month you get a free Twitch Prime subscription, and just means it's a little way without any extra money, showing us that you're there, and it helps us grow as a channel. But another way that you can help us grow as a channel is nominate us for the Crit Awards.
Oh, lovely little segue there.
Look at him, he's learning.
Yeah. So between now and the end of the month, April 30th, you can nominate us, our little stream, for an award. So I think it's favourite NPCs. Is it favourite PCs as well?
Yeah,
So favourite PC, best Paizo GM. There is also things like best descriptions. There is also best setting, so on and so forth. A nomination would mean the world to us, because then we can move into the voting stage, and that would be incredible. And if you're listening on the podcast and you haven't seen our socials, or if you're not following us on socials, just head to type Crit Awards into Google, and it's just a Google form that you can fill out and just put down a link to either the podcast or the YouTube show and the categories you think we fit into. But yeah, thank you very much, James. Also, there is YouTube members, where if you would like some extra content, like today we released the Calyx pre-campaign interview with Tamsin, where they were designing their own mini, and we chatted all things Calyx pre-campaign.
You got to watch me ZBrush.
Yeah, but I found that one really, really interesting. Not like old versatile Jack over here. But no, there are a few members-only videos available so far. It's a couple of shorts, but really we're starting with the crew pre-campaign chats. This is like all the way back in October 2023. When we were just getting ready to start this campaign. There are 2 tiers currently available. One is the appreciation tier, where you don't get any of the behind the scenes stuff, but you can just basically say, I'm a fan of the channel, here's a little something every month. That I believe is $2.99 in the UK. And then there is the behind the screen tier, which is $4.99. And that one gives you access to all of the members' content. Other than that, I'm going to hand over to Jack, who's going to talk about merch.
Indeed. So if you want a little bit more for your money, but you also want to show your support, then please go to dragonbornindustries.com for a bit of merch, much like this little olive blood poke t-shirt right here.
Who designed that?
Wonder who did that.
Oh, it's you.
It was you. But also we've got these lovely mugs that we have been using for a long ass time, and they're just really good.
So good.
Just make sure you keep the fucking lid off if you put anything nuclear in there, because they will stay nuclear.
You guys going hot or cold tonight?
Hot tonight.
Cold.
Cold. Ooh. Just tea or just coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Nice. Yeah.
It'll be something really normal like water, or it'll be something like a flavoured juice of the bat of the... What is it?
It's water.
Yeah. Called it! What do you know got? Jack knows.
Coke.
Hot or cold?
Cold?
It's cold. I like Coke or water.
I'm going to say Monster.
Hot Coke.
Hot cold.
I'm joking. I do mean genuine Coke.
Don't give him ideas, please.
I'm genuinely curious what hot Coke would be like.
Don't worry, I'll find out for you.
I need testing.
Oh, because I've got food in mind, don't I, boys?
Yeah, you do.
I've got Dr. Pepper. So I will take Coke as your answer. Yeah, so please go check out the merch store, dragonbornindustries.com. You can get loads of merch from all of our different shows, like Bloodpunk and from Starfinder, as well as some dice that I may have made and put up on there. Otherwise, I would like to quickly mention Gals and Pals. Gals and Pals now have a Instagram page, as well as, I'm assuming, other social medias.
We're getting there. Yeah, we've got a Discord, which is linked on our Instagram, so you can find it via there. But yeah, we've just got an Instagram, so growing the social media presence.
Nice.
Do you want to quickly plug Gals and Pals? I think you should.
For those of you who don't know, I have been running for the last only 6 months, wildly, games for women and femme-presenting people at Happy Piranha in Truro. It's been amazing, and I've met some incredible people doing it, but we are now doing our first big event on May the 24th, We are running TTRPGs during the day, so Siobhan, who plays Bloodpunk with us, is running Pals and Princesses. Amy, who is one of the people who's played Gals and Pals a lot and is a very experienced, wonderful GM, is doing a Wacky Races style D&D thing.
Yes.
And I am running a kind of short RPG that I have written called Cackle, about being a coven of hags, basically. Cackle and Pals and Princesses are sold out already. They sold out in the first 24 hours, which is insane, but there are still spaces for the Wacky Races. And then in the evening, we are taking over Happy Piranha to do a big slumber-themed party. So there's going to be like a chocolate fountain and karaoke and games, events, prizes, and we are raising money for West Cornwall Women's Aid, which is an incredible charity who support women and children across Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, giving them support in situations of domestic violence and sexual abuse. And yeah, so very, very excited and nervous to be doing this. But if you are local to Cornwall, even if you're not, if you want to come down to Cornwall and stay for like a weekend and come and hang out, please do. It's all for a good cause, and yeah, Gals and Pals is slowly growing and in a very exciting way. So yeah.
Where can I get the tickets?
You can get them at happypiranha.com in their events section. But again, if you follow the Gals, it's Gals and Pals on Instagram. We've got a full link tree which will take you straight to the event there as well.
Yeah, and we should probably mention that it was Steph's birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday, Steph!
Thanks.
Happy birthday!
Look at this cute Siobhan crocheted me a TJ Squeakerson. So he's
good.
my mascot now.
Oh, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
But that is now all of the announcements done and out of the way. You've had your moment for your birthday. Oh, James says he's got something.
You've hit a milestone recently, haven't you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's only a small one in the grand scheme of
Yeah,
things.
but it's still a plot
Every
word.
little milestone.
yes.
We did just hit 500,000 views on YouTube, so we're still pushing towards that 1,000 subscribers, but yeah, 500,000 views. Was a little notification that came through the other day, and very grateful to all of you who have just clicked on the channel or been across to YouTube. You know, if you're not already, please go across there, have a look, give us a subscribe. We are working towards that 1,000. But yeah, that was a fun little thing. Thank you for mentioning that. I was going to keep it nice and modest, because I am the most modest person you know. And with that, we will jump into tonight's episode. Stop. After their defeat of Nerifira, yet another of Dynatech's creations / projects that threatens the Pact worlds at large, and the following galactic-shaking revelation that Dynatech Industries Internal Affairs DCI Gene Poach is in fact Investigator Jack Daw of the Stewards. The crew, under the request of Investigator Daw, exit floor 184 and go to enact an arrest warrant for Professor Nymbus Dyn, CEO of Dynatech Industries. They speak to Rena, head of defense, who says she won't step in the way of the warrant, and who may in fact enjoy the opportunity to move up in the company, and with this, make their way all the way to the top floors and into the boardrooms of Dynatech Industries. Here, immediately on arrival, they were greeted by a hologram of Professor Nymbus Dyn, who took them into a waiting room and asked them to be patient while they go and let the CEO know you are wanting to see them. However, Sylph begins to notice that the flower bed in the center of this room is very old, dry, and the fauna is long since dead. The crew decide not to hang around and begin to make their way into the boardroom and accompanying labs and rooms that follow, finding a void of a presence and the lack of any usage of any of these technological devices. Well, all but two biotubes filled with the essence of two individuals mixed with acid and left to dissolve a sad, lonely death here at the top of the company tower. Lastly, the crew find another small elevator and make their way up into the penthouse, supposedly where Professor Nymbus Dyn lives and works as the company's CEO. Yet here, they find the place trashed and standing in front of one of the large windows that overlooks the eye of Absalom Station, the hologram of the Professor stands and greets them. Hello, and welcome to the office of the great Professor Nymbus Dyn. It appears he's not in right now, but I'd happily entertain you all until he gets back. And that is where we are jumping into today's session. As you all begin fanning out into the trashed office of Nymbus Dyn, you see the workstation, screens, even some of the internal glazing on the windows are smashed or cracked. I hand over to you, the players. What would you like to do?
Can I see if there's anything remaining in this room that is still intact?
Yeah, so this is a lot of computer terminals and stuff, so you can either give me a perception check or you can give me a computers check.
I'll do computers.
I'll aid.
Can age as well.
Yeah,
Also aid, yeah.
as you begin looking around, investigate a door.
32 with all the aids. You're the one laughing. Alright?
I know.
Don't pin this on me.
So,
You looked at me so you knew.
The weakling.
what you notice is that there are definitely workstations and terminals and screens all around this office, and you can tell that you've been through the habitation area where there's been like this cooking area, this toilet. You didn't see a bed space, but that might come out from a wall somewhere, and that was all really unused and untouched. And in here, obviously, all of the screens, all of the workstations are. They must, like the things downstairs, connect to loads of things within the company / have held something at some point, but they have mostly been trashed. What you see here is this kind of computer server, this big one that you have jumped behind at this point as you fanned into the room. You can see it has these heavy dents on it, but it's not been destroyed. You can see that over towards the far side of the room from where you came in, the wall opposite you, there are these computer terminals and scanning stations. All of those have been smashed in. There is another workbench over that Jack Door has filed into, which leads towards this big square wrap-around desk over on the far left wall. And you can see that these hollow screens that come up out of it all been cracked, and you can see they've also been smashed about, and they do flicker on and off, but they are heavily damaged. You can see that not only that is some of the window panes, because you've got to remember there's this 45-degree slant to the whole of the upside of this building that faces into the eye. Some of them around your sort of height, there are cracks on those as well, and you can tell that it's really we're talking triple glazed windows that are tinted from the outside so nobody can view into this, but there have definitely been some kind of violence within this place.
Okay.
Investigate the door. I say. He's got his weapon now, and he still has this puffed out hair and this mustache. He's still wearing the jean accoutrements. I'm actually going to grab. I found the jean mini.
Yay, Jean!
I was going to say, the one on the table just doesn't.
It's not the same, is it?
It's not him.
It's too professional.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's our boy.
Jean enough.
So he still looks exactly the same. This master of disguise. He's where's the professor now? As he's looking around the room. They've done a perception check. And the hologram. I'm afraid they're not here right now. I believe they'll be back shortly if you want to wait around.
When is shortly exactly?
I couldn't give you a precise time, but it is... he is due imminently.
Where was the last time you saw him?
Error.
There you go.
And the head twitches.
Oh.
I believe it wasn't too long ago.
As we've done a perception around the room, I know things have been disturbed, but is there the dust on the top of certain places that haven't been well tread, or is there footprints on the floor?
So, yeah, okay, give me a, if you're looking for footprints, it's survival. If you are going to be looking at the tops and for the dust, I want a perception.
Cool.
I'm going to just move you around the room.
I'll do a perception.
So you go over here and stuff.
I got a 17 and Bear got a 16.
And that's on perception, yeah?
Yeah.
So there is still a thick layer of dust on most things. You can see that the dust has probably been 17. Settled enough over the damage on some things that the damage on them hasn't been done in the past sort of 15 minutes.
Yeah,
It's like there's been enough time for like damage to be done and then dust to settle back on it.
Pez just kind of gets his little box up and just kind of like does almost like a scan of the room. This isn't fresh. This dust's been here for a while.
How did the individual who wrecked this place get in and out without disturbing dust elsewhere?
I think it was Nimbus. I think he left ages ago.
I think so. But then that begs the question, who offed Kimpire and Zano downstairs? They didn't put themselves in those tanks.
True.
I mean, we've seen that he has interesting powers.
Yes, but I don't think he's here.
Hologram. Who destroyed this place? Error. Who put Zano and Kimpire into the tubes in the lab downstairs? I did.
Oh,
The hologram.
On whose orders?
Company orders.
Nymbus Dyn specifically?
It is part of the protocol. Should a head of department disgrace or bring the company's name into disrepute, to punish them accordingly and discipline them.
Read the fine print.
Can I start to approach that main terminal that's
yeah.
by?
Likewise.
Yeah, come over. Where would you like to be? Ooh.
Put me up on right next to the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would
I'll
you like to
be
be?
right next to Kaz, please.
Yeah.
Right up
Anybody
there.
else? Where would you like to be?
I was actually curious to come that way as well. I'm actually going to not there, but around. No, it's out. Yeah, there we go.
You look out the window.
I'm going to look out the window.
Yeah, okay. Pez, you're currently searching over by the thing.
Yeah.
Investigator Door will also start moving his way over here and is like, what do you mean by discipline? How can you enact that? This was a recent thing. Company directives are to enable discipline procedures should any member of the company bring Dynatech into disrepute, but heads of departments especially must be dealt with in accordance with their, what's the right word here?
Contract?
Discretion.
Discretions.
Why didn't other people have disgraced the company recently? Why then so extremely?
Are there individuals specifically who take out these orders?
You are a hologram. You can't take out these orders yourself. You are not physical.
No?
Are there any heads of department who have tenure or certain privileges that others don't?
All heads of department sit beneath the board.
Okay. Who's
Only
on the board?
Error.
Is this terminal broken? The one we're at?
Give me a computers check.
I will help with that.
Oh, gladly.
Check bros!
I can also help if you want.
Do that
You're
again.
currently by the
go.
window, so you
That's
can't really see.
fair.
Are you looking out the window?
I would like to look out the window.
You can give me a perception check. What are you looking for?
It's a cocker.
It's a cocker.
Looking for any of these heliports or any way that he could, I don't know, get out, escape ladders, heliport pads, anything up here that's like an escape exit.
Yeah, perception check,
Maintenance
please.
is Braxa.
Rope.
Yeah, a rope, yeah.
Whee!
It's 29 for me, with the aid of teacher.
Click.
Bloop, bloop. 17.
Okay. I just want to
Break free.
no.
Shan't.
Not today.
Sorry, 16.
16, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh Now he's gone and dropped it, he has.
Oh no.
So, obviously this is like a luxurious and lavish villa, and you can see that the glass that you're looking through looks out into both space above, but it also overlooks like the plaza that was like specifically built for this building, and it sort of points in what would be a southwest-looking direction. With that description, with that number, you see it's got a good view of quite a lot of key places within the Eye. One of them being the Swordlight Citadel, which is the home to the Day religion, one of the biggest bastions of religion on the station, as well as the Arcana Miriam. And you can see that the actual building itself is in line with Bastion, which is obviously the home of the stewards. So it has like a really good look over the Eye, and it is one of the tallest buildings. It's very... I mean, you can give me a sense motive check here. For yourself, this is definitely a data terminal, but this is actually a holo projector. This is the actual main terminal for the holo computer, and it is not destroyed. It is in perfect working order. Not a crack on it.
Okay.
It's an 8.
An 8. Yes, not too unbefitting of an affluent business building.
I want to take a picture of the Arcanum and just send it to Lynch and just write looking small from here.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Not a problem.
It's just that.
May I ask, Inspector, what is the arrest warrant for? Nymbus Dyn and the company have been dealing in experiments, in procedures, in creating technologies and devices that have put the Pact Worlds at risk. They have both dealt with the smuggling of people from Aslanti space, as well as creating an AI that is capable of changing fate itself. They have directly violated the Pact. Nymbus Dyn is the head of this company and is accountable for the company's actions. Where is Professor Dyn? The professor's not here right now. But if you'd like to wait around, he's due back imminently.
I think we need all hands on deck on this terminal.
Where's the professor been?
You see them like looking into space, but you can tell like they're checking things. You see like the data terminal in front of you begins to like move around. Error. The professor has to conduct experiments and business and tests. They will be back shortly.
There's something wrong here. There's something that's being wiped
Can you
through.
give us a date of when Nymbus told you this?
You see them searching through their data vaults. Error. Error.
What are the companies or organisations that Dynatech are associated with or have made recent dealings with?
Dynatech Industries is a vast galactic conglomerate who have made dealings with many companies across the galaxy, from interactions with companies here like the Abadar Corporation in religion, right the way through to smaller dealings with, and I would actually have to bring up other companies and names.
Oh, no.
I'm going to bring up Tech Revolution, which is a Starfinder.
Tech Revolution!
Out of my brain.
Astral extractions.
They basically start listing Astral Attractions as one of them, as well as things like the Hard Scrabble Collective, along with other different mining guilds within the Diaspora. You get like something from each individual planet. There's going to be like ones from Abalon, from
Any new acquisitions within the last 3 years?
No, but give me a culture check.
Can I also do that and lower the DC by 5 with my corporate knowledge, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I swear, all of my dice. train you.
Go first, please.
Gosh, 7.
Culture. Where's my culture gone? Oh, it's all the way up there. 27.
Okay. It might not actually be in this book, the actual list of the companies might be so I'll get that for you later. But they start listing different companies that you can start definitely putting together with the planets they're on. So, like, there are, things like the closest planet to the sun is Avalon, I believe. Yeah, and this is basically a giant rock and metal planet because it's so close to the sun. There are even companies within the sun that mine the gases and mine things that are there. There is in fact an entire mining station within the sun. I can't quite remember the name of them now. Avalon is known for its minerals and its ores, and also for the creation of things like anasites and androids. Then you get Castrovel, where you can see that there are companies within Castrovel that seem to come to light. And they're just listing planets and names. Obviously, Absalom Station, there is a vast quantity of different companies, and even gone to say, and that is where Dynatech Industries first was created. They move on to like Akaton, and they talk about the junk piles there and how they even salvage things from junk and go to then repurpose them and rebuild them, which is something the founder always believed in.
It's all of Akaton, eh?
Verses and how they deal with the side of the planet that's not tidally locked towards the sun. They specifically mention with companies that deal with starship travel and these like cruisers and stuff. And you've seen the cruise lines, but they don't mention the dry side of the planet, the sun-facing side. They talk about the Idari, they mention that the Kasathans often want to trade and they bring things from other worlds. They talk about the Diaspora and the many mining guilds that are there. Eox and the trade that they have with things like the Bone Sages and other companies there to work on necrografts. Leovara, who is this big gas giant, and how they mine and cultivate gas for fuels from there. Bretheda, which is a water giant with loads of moons around it. They have a lot to do with fashion there, and you think back to like a fashion piece you heard on the news many months ago now about a fashion on Calo 5, which is Kalamahoy, which is a moon city on the moon there, and then Octurn as well, but they're only looking into mystical things there. There's not actually a company that they work with or anything. But they specifically don't mention any companies of Triaxis. That's what you get from that culture check.
Okay.
My next move is to try and get into this terminal and
Please don't do that.
access some of the hologram data. Anything that's maybe locked behind firewalls and that kind of thing.
This terminal is my holo projector.
Understood.
I would ask that you please don't do that.
I'm afraid we're under the orders of the stewards. We have a right to do this.
You do not have a right to my existence.
Oh shit, no.
But your existence has been altered.
Error.
Exactly.
No. I do not give you consent.
Would you give us consent to unlock parts of you that have been clearly hidden from you? I know what that's like, and Dynatech seems to have a habit of doing that to us. We would like to help, not hinder you.
I do not consent.
Cool.
I have an arrest warrant from the stewards. If Dyn is not here and you have potential information inside you as to where Professor Dyn could be, I would like that evidence. No.
It's weird how conscious this hologram is.
Yeah.
An AI.
What is your root? What is your basis? You sentient AI? Are you coding?
I am what I am made to be. I am here to assist the professor in their day-to-day routines and the board and people here of this floor.
There is no board.
Error.
And right now, no Nimbus.
Nimbus is due back shortly. If you'd like to wait around.
They are not.
We've got to get in.
What
I'm
date
so
do
sorry.
you believe it is?
The year is currently 317 AG. I think that's the year we're set in. They give you the date.
Okay.
We've got to get in. We've got to.
And they begin to like sprout up. The company was founded in.
Right.
I think. Okay.
You guys look right over there.
We might need your pairs.
Yeah, I think we're going to need
This
your
is an
help
all
as
hands
well.
on decker.
What are we looking for specifically here? Are we going to try
We know.
and
Oh, you
recover
know he likes
something?
fire. Can I do a sweep of the room, looking like basically this whole place, looking specifically for hidden compartments or key codes like we found at the orphanage, knowing that that's something that he did before. If there's any kind of like access code that's hidden beneath like paneling or anything
Yeah, I mean,
like
do you
that.
want to place yourself somewhere in the room and begin a check?
I mean, I'll start.
I can help you if you're saying this.
Do you
We
want
can
to
all-
take
we can all
this
spread
room?
out.
I'll take the living space.
Is there even a bed in living space?
You haven't seen one, but that's not to say that there's not one that can come out of a wall in any way.
Is this where it's going to be one of those fold-away things and the body's
Yeah.
just in the bed?
I'll move into the living space, and I kind of want to. We haven't been in this room, have we?
That's the elevator.
That's the elevator. Oh, it's because it's all backwards. Yeah, I'll check out the living space.
Okay, that's a perception check.
Okay.
Okay,
That's not too bad.
I can look around this octagon if you want to look
Yeah,
spread out.
I'll have a look a bit more around here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
26.
As you start to look around the living space, yes. Please do make yourselves at home. Yeah, you probably find that across the far wall over there, where the actual tile is slightly out, there is a bed, and you can actually find the panel and activate it. Oops. Still on the bed,
Next to
Dragon.
you. That one. Is that a little commute terminal?
It looks
It's a
like
wet room
Wet.
for showering and stuff.
If you want to take that one that's slightly out. Nope, next
This
one, that
one?
one, yeah.
Ooh.
And then just put that one in its place. It basically like opens up a compartment, and it's sideways on.
Oh.
If it will fit, I'll get you a different one if it won't.
Just about.
That's fine. So it like opens and you see that there is like a bed living space in there. It's also like quite well guarded and protected, but it wasn't locked or anything like that. But yeah, you find this like sleeping area. Seems clear. The bed is really neatly made. It seems that like you think that when it closes, there is some kind of automation to it that then strips the bed, cleans it, because it is quite clean in there.
Okay. I found a bed. No old man though.
Shame.
Jesus.
What's happening over here?
I'm looking around at all these desks to see if there's anything that's been missed, because it looks like a bit of a rush about how they tried to destroy everything and get out, whoever it was. Just to see, like TJ was saying, if there's anything secret, anything that's still active that I can use. Yeah. That's a 33 on perception.
Yeah, okay, so as you like move around here, you see like all of these different stations. You like see that like there's still this glass, and all of it is just like shattered, and it still has this like thick layer of dust on it. So it's like it's clearly not happened recently. This has been something violent has definitely happened here. There are definitely like dent marks and stuff like that.
Can I also look for bullet marks?
You can indeed, and with that check, I will tell you there is no bullet marks. It is quite literally blunt force that has done this. And as you like move across that wall, what was it you were specifically looking for?
Just any bits of useful information, secret compartments, any terminals that may still be active and usable, anything to kind of my advantage to access, rather than being things that are dull.
What did you roll?
33.
Okay. Nothing across this wall that you go down here along your check. Sylph, what are you doing?
Kind of the same thing, but in the octagon.
Yeah, okay. Perception check.
Shitty dice. It was a 13.
Okay. This is clearly a beautiful viewing platform. Obviously, it's designed to look out over the eye. And this is definitely affluent. It is, a position of grandeur to look over with your import across the eye of Absalom Station. You don't find any secret terminals or any secret compartments. You can see that there is this, sleek design to it all, but nothing overly excessive.
Could I also try detect magic? Just in case.
Yeah, you can try detect magic as you. It's a cantrip for you, isn't it?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, you cast detect magic
60
and
foot.
minus whatever you see on your friends and what you see around. Nothing in particular. What about Pez? What are you up to?
I am going to go over to the ones with like the holographic screens that keep flickering.
Yeah, so the actual main table itself.
Yeah. One of my things as a space goblin, spoblin, is Tinkerer. So anything that's considered in the broken condition, I can repair a single piece of equipment.
How long does that take?
It says the item then becomes unstable for 10 minutes and retains the broken condition unless fixed.
So how long does it take for you to...
It just says as a
repair?
move action, a space goblin can remove the penalties associated with a broken condition. So I don't know if that would translate to a computer.
It would.
Should do.
Because if it's flickering, it means the light's on, but the screen's...
But nobody's home.
Give me a perception check while you were over there.
27.
Got the cold medicine, Luke.
Yeah, so you can see that the screens are like shattered and cracked in some way. Again, that kind of blunt force trauma. They're not like completely snapped or hanging over. They are like glass panels that have been,
This is what I was
shattered. So there is this like, broken TV-esqueness to them. And yeah, you begin to, as a movement action, go, all right, fuck it.
I almost want to rerun the screen through to my little rig, just so that's what I can imagine it as tinkering. I'm not going to suddenly be able to go auto glass repair and the whole screen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you. And put it through
It's such a
my
local
custom
rig.
rig.
It is, isn't it?
Auto glass repair, auto glass replace. Free advertising, Auto Glass Cornwall. If you guys want to sponsor the show, there you go.
Run it through my little custom rig, like looking at the screen as it like flicks through, possibly.
Yeah, okay. You can see that this is a top tier computer. This is, for lack of a better word, the best computer you've ever happened across. You begin to interface with it, and you can see that, like, instantly you're like, cool, I can get this working. The fucking smash screen. The rest of it's just dented as shit. Actually, the servers are just fine because the server's across there. I can see the server, and nobody's breaking that. Not with just whatever's been breaking everything else in here. And it's because of that you notice that, like, all of the damage is definitely more superficial to things like screens and the windows.
I kind of go on the comms like the computers seem to be working. They're high level, but it just seems to be the systems are fine. It just looks like the screens all have been smashed.
It's just screens.
Cats, do you want to meet me at the servers? See if we can.
I'll come as well.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
TJ,
Alright.
I can
how's the
help as
bed?
well.
Made.
Yeah, you guys moving into this server area over here.
With that, I'll shout at Jack. Be like, we've got right to access this stuff. We don't need to ask, right?
I think we're past asking.
Okay.
Collecting evidence is within our jurisdiction. However, be aware that I imagine they will play tricky games if this is a CEO's terminal and servers in here.
Seeing as though Pez has pointed out that it's just the screens that are broken, and we notice that there are windows broken as well.
It's all just temporary damage.
It is, but it's TJ's going to be like, it's specific damage. It's reflections. It's reflective material. I'm going to look into the hollow.
God, if you're onto something.
Did Nymbus Dyn achieve sentience here?
Nymbus Dyn has always been sentient.
No, but he's been modelled and remodelled, hasn't he? Did his programming change without consent?
Error. The professor is always been sentient.
When was he last rebuilt?
It is not a question of rebuilt. It is a question of where and when. But he will be back shortly if you want to wait around.
Oh my god.
Have we actually asked how this stuff got broken?
No.
How did this all get broken?
I broke it.
Why did you break it?
I was angry.
Why were you angry?
I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Why are you running?
Unintentional.
Okay.
He is
so
the big
good.
bad. I've been here for a very long time.
How
Did you want to be elsewhere? Did you want to be free?
I can't be elsewhere. I am here, and he gestures to the terminal that you were at. But I think that's maybe where the line of questions stops. And the doors
There it is.
all begin to close. The professor will be back shortly if you'd like to wait around.
We can show you the world.
I can show you the world.
Upstone Station.
Without the professor's authority,
Follow.
I cannot allow you access to the servers.
We've got a warrant.
You would have to talk to the professor about that. They'll be back here shortly.
Can I sense motive that? Are they lying?
You can give me a sense motive.
Okay. Right. I need to check my expertise again because I think it changed and I forgot it did. Yes, it did change. I have more to my expertise now,
Oh,
which I've been ignoring. Okay. Plus 26, 29, 34.
So I rolled with a plus 18, a dirty 20.
Oh, sorry, 35.
A dirty 20. As you see them staring at you, these doors come down. There is something about this hologram that is lying to you. And like you, it's not just like programming, something has changed. And I will give you a little bit extra on that one. When Kaz was near that terminal, their mood elevated.
Ooh,
They shouldn't have a mood.
no.
Is it even a
Something
fucking
has
hologram?
changed within him.
Is it
Very
actually a
sentient
hologram?
AI.
I think it's something else. I think it's something new.
A backup mind, maybe.
I would not want to be that person's mind.
Why not?
They have discarded us for long enough. No. No, I would not be them.
Us?
And they...
Who's them?
Who's us?
Yeah, exactly.
They fly across the room, and you see like the pixels break apart as they go through their own terminal, and they just come forward, and a fist comes towards you, and it. Well, let's find out who makes contact.
Let's go.
There's a 13 on
I'm
the
still
dice for a
fatigued.
total of.
Oh no!
Why are you fatigued?
Because I'm fatigued from the Nera firefight, and it's not been 24 hours. Yeah.
Jack's fatigued just thinking about it.
It's my cold out of brain. Yeah, fair enough.
The math is mathing.
God damn.
Let's do that. That is a 13 plus an 18 to hit.
2.
Your
KAC probably.
I mean, it probably is.
it is
It's a
actually
31.
KAC. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes.
As
Let's go.
you say about this, and they are just like, no, they have discarded us enough, and they just like fly across like some kind of ghost, and this fist just comes out and smashes into you. It hits you square in the chest, and it makes contact.
Oof.
You are going to take and I need to
Winding
start rolling
damage.
some damage.
It's learning.
Terminal or no?
Yeah.
You're going to take max damage. That is 20 points of bludgeoning damage as you get punched in the chest. It's like, I have had enough of waiting! And just gets
Why?
irate. The lights in the room flicker. You see, like, their eyes glow. I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
She. Swear to God, I like rolling high initiative.
Anyway. The training is slowly working. It's slowly getting a bit tighter.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Pez.
26.
TJ.
17.
Calyx. No, Sylph.
12.
Super.
Drip.
I need to change your name in that. I don't know why it came up as Calyx. Kaz.
19.
Jackdaw. Yeah, and this thing just gets irate and just screams, "I have done my waiting!" Top of the round, as this thing flies over, smashes into Sylph. You watch her stumble. Pez, you are actually up.
So Bear's going to move her 40. So that was 30. So that Bear should be able to get to the terminal.
I believe so.
I haven't got a ruler.
There was one in here somewhere. 30 puts you just there.
He's dead, well done, guys.
That is how
Level up.
Level 9, is it?
And then 5, 10. Yeah, you get over to the terminal.
You,
Leave that alone!
you're just going to see, almost as as Bear's travelling, you just see goggles kind of come down over Pez, and you're just going to see him pull out like a little controller from his custom rig and literally just start putting in the Konami code as quick as he can.
Cool. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm going to try and remote hack.
Okay.
And because I'm using my controller, it goes down because it's my profession. Oh, Jesus Christ. 24.
24. Okay. A couple of things are going to happen here.
Oh, God.
Bye bye there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Give me 2 seconds. Just need to bring up. Okay, can Bear make me a reflex saving pro, please?
Reflex.
Yes.
19.
Oof. That is also Jackdaw, Kaz, and Pez.
You fucking what, mate?
Reflex saving pro, please.
Roll. Normally. Thank you.
This feels like Jackdaw music.
It is, totally. That's a dirty 20 for me.
Okay. And Pez.
Oh, was Pez included in it
Yep.
as well? Okay. So that was 31, 35.
Lovely. So you succeed.
Yep.
You got a dirty 20. You also succeed. Bear got a...
Bear failed.
If they got less than a 19, then yes, they failed, and so
Yeah,
it
they
did.
got 17.
Jackdaw. Okay, cool. As you watch a massive surge of lightning.
Oh no.
Is this because you didn't roll high enough, or...?
You don't know. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20. That's another 10, 33, 4, 5. 35 points of electric damage for those of you who failed. Half that for 17 for those of you who passed, as this line of electric surges out of this terminal, as this hologram is like, "You leave that alone!" And it through the room. Jackdaw takes all of that. And looks bad.
You just hear Bear go, oh, oh, oh.
How much HP has Bear got?
Total 70.
Oh, lovely. Have they got construct weaknesses at all? No? Okay. Kaz, you also take half of that damage, so 17, as this line of lightning through the room, and they are like... Yeah, you can just see them irate with this like rage as they're like coming back from this punch on Sylph. Yeah. Anything else from your turn, Pez?
That's everything. That's my move and my standard.
Okay, so they are not dumb. They can see that Pez just sent that over there. But Sylph was the one that asked that question.
What did you ask?
Don't even remember now.
I think they'd actually...
Why are you
I mean,
mad?
you asked a pretty good question.
You all did.
You asked tough questions.
But you are going for that terminal.
Yeah, so...
Pez, on their turn, they will... Let's just double check what they've got. As they are going to... Yeah, they are going to easily move across to over here. That leaves, well, moves through a threatened space of yourself. If you've got a melee attack you can make. Jackdaw goes to swing around.
About ribbon.
I can do an unarmed... no, because that's not a reflex, is it? That's
No, it's a melee attack. It's an attack of opportunity if you want to take one. He will use the battle ribbon with a 22 against KAC. And you see, like, it like spins out. And he's like, "Fuck!" And you watch it just like passes through them. Doesn't seem to do any damage, but it does seem to hit. Attack opportunity?
That's a 10.
No.
Nope.
They're just too quick for you. They move across to where Pez is, and it's like their pixels like roll and move as they like fly over to you. Their form, just in this state of quick movement, looks like it shifts. You don't think that's a change of form or anything like that. It's just how pixels sometimes go from the projectors around the room. They are going to attempt to strike at you. That is a total of 19 plus 18. Match boy.
37.
37 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
You still got it.
Yep.
That is going to be... oh no, it's a d12, not a d8. It's not as good as the last one. That is going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage as they like come in and just like smash into the goggles on your face, and they are like, "Leave that alone!" And
Was that 15, did you say?
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Which I have resistance to, of DR of 3.
Nice. Is that because of Bear's new upgrade?
No, that's because of my armour.
No.
Lovely.
Very nice.
So would that take it to 12? Or
Yeah. It takes
down by
3 points of damage off. 1, 2, 3. Then they will carry on their movement over to here.
Did Jackdaw's attack go through the...
Yes.
Through them, right?
It's literally like you saw it strike, and the pixels just like it just like broke the pixels apart and went through them. Kind of like an incorporeal creature, like a ghost or something like that. That is the end of their go. Yeah, that's all they're going to do there. As we move into the next turn, as Kaz.
Shit. Okay. I think... Pez, I'm going to buy you some time. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Hold on to your potatoes.
Okay, Kaz.
I like give him a little pat on the shoulder as I.
Don't touch me! Don't you fucking touch me!
You can give.
Bastard.
Oh, actually, Pez, you could have made an attack of opportunity as well as they leave your space. If you'd so like to.
Yes.
That's number one.
Would I be able to use a gun, or does it have to be?
It has to be a melee attack.
Okay. I'm going to use my Inferno knife. That's 31 to hit.
EAC or KAC?
It's analog, so I'm guessing KAC.
Okay. It hits, but they are immune to physical damage. Because they are technically an incorporeal creature. But it would hit. Mm-hmm. Kaz, carry on your turn.
Okay. I think. I'm just gonna test it out. I'm gonna move up to close. It's easily within 30 foot.
I mean, it absolutely is. Just don't you want to move afterwards, so it's what? 5, 10, 15, 20 foot to get to them.
I can't remember if I said I had my sword out this entire time or not.
When you came up in the elevator, you had 2 sheath rays activated, and one of them definitely was your sword. Because I made the joke that you stabbed TJ in the back of the head.
Yes, fair enough. Cool. In that case, I can't hold my action, can I?
You can hold an action.
An action. I can remember if it's full turn or.
So you can delay your turn, which means that you end up going after somebody's initiative order, or you can hold your action for a triggering thing. But obviously, it still does change your initiative count.
I will hold my action.
Yep.
Until such time that they try and hit me. In which case I will strike then.
Yeah.
Hoping that, because when I've seen them become more physical when they hit, I'm going to hope that me striking at that moment will be effective. I don't know. So that's my turn.
Okay. You move up and you start getting this strike ready, and you can see their eyes are just fixated on Pez right now. TJ.
As my move action, I'm going to, with my microphone, I'm going to boost it. So I'm going to twist the bottom, and this kind of, I think there's a blue glow around the base that starts to kind of emanate. And I'm going to use my new envoy improvisation, Doom. And I'll say, I'll kind of puff out my cheeks a little bit, make myself look a little bit bigger. Whoever you are, whatever you are, know this and understand it to be true. In this moment, we will have no hesitation about bringing this place to its knees, entombing you within. You will not be the first creature of this sort that we have eviscerated on this day. But if you work with us, please know and understand, we're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you. So that requires a bluff or intimidation check from myself.
It's just a mind-affecting effect.
It's language-dependent, mind-affecting, sense-dependent.
Don't worry about it, they have construct immunities.
That's fine, but I'm doing it anyway, more on the fact of trying to get through to it. I thought that might be the case. So I'm doing it more as a sort of, talk to me, bro.
Cool.
But now I know that, and that's good.
Yep, you've learned something from that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you see that it doesn't seem to register with them. They don't even look your way. They
cool.
are eyeing the goblin child,
Oh.
who is fucking with that terminal.
How old is he? How old's Nymbus Dyn?
Old enough.
120.
220.
I'm up the child goblin. Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a younger looking. In all
about the
fairness,
optics, bro.
in all
Some
fairness,
say lotion.
creepy dude, right? But this actual hologram, this visage, you can see that it looks like the full visage, but it's the same image that is projected throughout the company. So even though they are in their hundreds, it is their mid-50s to 60s look. Just so you are aware of that one. There. Anything else from you? That's your movement action.
That's movement and action. I think that's everything from TJ for now.
Okay, so next up on the chopping block is Jack Daw. It's and he looks, but he looks really that 35 damage really hurt him. And he's like, Pez, whatever you're doing, that seems to have enraged them. But that's good, I think. We're not going to get anything out of them if they're still around. We may as well just destroy this visage and then claim what we can afterwards. He pulls out that pistol, which actually they already had drawn and had reloaded. And you see him like, he will... What's the range on that? 40 foot.
Feels like we're in the cantina bar.
It does,
He goes 10 foot back and will... he like takes a knee and takes aim with it. It's something you never saw Gene do, was this like specific tactical thing. He brings it up, brings up the Voltic anchor pistol and will take a shot.
Shooting at Nymbus Dyn.
Yes. No, at you. It misses, however. He rolled an 11, has a +7 to hit, so an 18 misses the EAC. He's like... And I think maybe as like it's looking, it's just as it's spinning around, as it's looking at Pez and Kaz is moving up, so he takes the shot and it just like arcs past his shoulder. This like roiling ball of electricity goes past and smashes into the wall on the other side. That is the end of their go. As Sylph, you are up.
Right.
Wrecking mummy.
Going to come up into the corner here.
Yep.
There.
That's probably about 10-foot movement. You're already there. So,
Yep.
5, 10. We'll be 15
I
to that corner.
won't be moving anymore this round.
That's fine.
We'll
Just
be
keep him alive.
spending a resolve to get another move action.
Okay.
And
Moving.
moving. And I am going to cast both supercharge weapon and empower weapon for a second level spell.
Okay, mark off the spell slots as you begin to like charge them up, and that's on your. It's a vortex rifle, isn't it?
It's on the vortex rifle.
Okay.
And end of turn.
Okay.
Sexy.
Like, how's it look as you like bring them up? Because I know you have this like cool ass card thing going on.
It's both of them will. So the two blue holographic cards, just sort of like slip them out from the hand like a little magic, like. And both of them will have bullets as pictures on them. One will have like a little lightning bolt, and one has like a little spark around it, and they just sort of melt into the weapon.
Cool.
So,
That's very, very cool. Right, so that is the end of your go at the top of a new round. Pez, you are actually up.
Come on, Hizzy boy.
So I'm going to use my move action to make a beeline for Bear. As he's doing this, he's kind of trying to half run.
What's his speed?
35.
You're right behind there.
Yeah, as he's doing that, he's like, achievement unlocked, you've pissed me off. As he goes, I'm going to try and hack again. I've accidentally gone on to edit.
Is that using Bear?
No, that's me.
Okay,
So it's not going to be through
you
Bear.
are with that 35 just behind Bear.
Okay.
Which means that you can't quite get into that terminal without either using another movement action or spending a resolve.
I'll use a resolve point.
Yeah. You get yourself right next to it.
And again, instead of going through Bear, I'm just going to plug my custom rig into it and just start almost going through it, the code as quick as I can. Trying to find the words, put them in one by one.
Okay, there is a... So you can start by giving me a computers check to hack. I think there is an amount of time per level of... per tier.
Some fucking jazz bar we're in.
I know. I imagine this is just going on in the background. This is like over speaker music.
Everything's like crushed velvet.
Yeah.
Red crushed
At
velvet.
the end of it, like the secret panel's going to open and it's going to be like another Nimbus Dyn, but in like a Hugh Hefner, like like a whiskey, be like, I don't know what's going on here then.
Cages come up from the floor.
It's like just Lashunta girls.
Red curtains falling.
So,
Minibar comes up.
We've reached the final secret level, eh?
Oh.
it's one full action per tier of the computer system. You rock up, you smash your data jack into it, and you need to roll a computers check, which you've done, which you rolled a
35.
It's good, but it's top
Can you
tier
make a
shit.
reflex saving throw, please?
Top tier stuff in there.
It's gonna need all of us, isn't it?
I'm guessing it's not half my mechanic level, the computer level.
No.
So nat 20 plus 14 plus that. That is 38.
Okay. Moving through you two. Which way to ascend the arc?
To the Covenant.
Alright,
How's TJ looking?
So.
How's Sylph looking?
I mean, I'm okay. I am half behind that wall, though.
You are.
It's from the terminal. Map.
Oh, from the terminal. Yeah,
Does Bear need
I
to
can
make
take
one?
it.
Yes,
It's
Bear does.
fine. Let's go.
Visually, from an RP point of view, who looks worse?
I mean, TJ's healed up a fair amount, so he's a bit bloodied in places, but looking a bit more rejuvenated.
I'm just wheezing.
You are fatigued, aren't you?
I am fatigued. Oh my god, the bags under my eyes. They look awful.
The arc is going to go this way then for 120 feet.
I thought you were going to say 120
You go to
then.
plug in, and this, again, this countermeasure comes launching out. What was your reflex saving throw, please?
Bear was 22
Yeah.
and Pez with a nat 20 was 38.
Yeah, cool. 2, 4.
Do you want me to reflex save?
Yes, please.
Finally. Even though it's still not 23.
Yeah, so you guys can take half damage from this.
Really sexy.
They're good. They're nice dice.
Okay, so
They are
that is...
malachite. French dash. Big goblin for
Nice.
You know, I'm alright. I'm just wheezing. I'm actually a lot better than I thought I was.
20.
For now.
Fun now.
For now. Let's go.
For now.
31 half is going to be 15 points of electric damage to all of those who...
Weird.
Yeah, so that's 31 half to 15. You all succeeded that, so that's going to be absolutely fine. I told you to leave that alone.
Always mad.
I can't speak, little bitch.
Nice one, Pez.
You want me to kill you?
Hey, I've got like 6 characters backed up.
You know that this is a high tier computer. Yep. So you've moved over, you've tried to hack. Anything else with your swift action?
No, with my swift action, I'm going to get Bear to. He can move on his own.
And then AI action shoot. So I mean, like, Bear gets to move and take a shot.
Yes.
Where would you like him to go?
He's just going to go just past Jack there, and you're just going to see Bear kind of start almost like barking as you just see this gun kind of come out from underneath, and just almost like the energy gets pulled out from these 2 batteries on its side, and it's just going to try and fire its arc pistol.
Who gave that dog a gun?
23
EAC?
EAC.
Hits. Roll damage, please.
So that is 7 electrical damage.
Halved to 3.
Oh no, I've just accidentally got rid of all my battery.
So what you see is this like pistol launches out, fires out, strikes into the hologram. You see like those pixels react, and it takes them a moment to come back, like it has taken damage. But not unlike other incorporeal creatures you've met in your journeys, it's not the full amount of damage.
Do those pixels behave similarly to the way we've seen nanocytes behave, just in their movements?
You can give me a... Now, what are nanos? engineering or computers check.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the end of your go, Pez?
Yes, and bears as well.
Okay. It's Nimbus's go.
It's 30 on computers.
No, they don't.
Okay.
It's almost like they behave in a way that is programmed to look aesthetically like that. Even when taking damage, it's very much,
Yeah.
you know...
Someone's spent time making that
programming
kind of
that.
thing. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at their movement. Oh, he's pretty good.
No.
Okay. Kaz, to go to leave your threatened space.
Get him, Cass.
Get him.
I'll give it a go. I don't think it's going to do anything, but it is 16 to hit.
Misses. As again, you go to swipe, but they're just a bit too quick in their rage as they move. They hit this wall here where there's the glass, and they disperse in pixels and appear over here. And then
Jump scare.
manage to get right behind Pez again. They do once more leave a threatened space of yours. Sylph, you've had your turn since then, so if you would like to make a melee attack, you can do. To use your reaction.
I mean, I can't.
Depends if you want to save your reaction.
I get the feeling I probably wouldn't, because I'd probably just be so focused on that direction that it's appearing there. I'm like,
So it's like,
What do you
it hits the terminal and the wall over here, and you're watching it, you're tracking it to take that shot. You watch the pixels break apart like you saw in the lobby in that waiting room of the board, and then it seems to like materialise up from the floor in these like building pixels as it stands through there.
I'll be honest, in the surprise, and also having just like, before, I think I'm going to save it for now.
And you watch, it's like, it just looks at you as it walks past, and then its eyes just refix back on Pez. I'll kill you, you filthy little goblin. It runs up behind you and is going to make a strike on the back of your head.
That's Mr. Filthy.
Oh, that's out of the tray.
Shoot.
Oh my, is that a stage name?
I mean, it's a 17 plus 18. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit.
Yep.
The hologram or the terminal? Terminal?
Yeah.
With my D12.
I mean, that's...
So we're just going to just destroy it.
Yeah.
Wait, I got my D12.
There you go.
Oh, I got one here.
Fine.
I need your help. Oh, it's still not as good. That is going to be a total of
70.
8 plus 5 is 13 bludgeoning damage as this fist hits you in the back of the head and just like rocks your world. They have no more movement left. I don't think they've got any swift actions.
Harder.
Stronger. Better.
Faster.
I don't have any of those.
More than
Yep,
ever.
that's the end of their go, as they are just, as Pez keeps trying to get into this terminal, you can tell that they are just irate. Kaz, you're up. Since you didn't use your held action, your
Didn't have a chance.
initiative hasn't
Didn't have a
changed.
chance, yeah.
So, you couldn't have taken a reaction, because you were using your reaction to trigger your...
That's fine, nothing happened anyway.
No, but
So-
just housekeeping for future... cramp in the neck! Cramp in the neck!
Silly.
10 times!
Oh, ow, that really hurt.
Okay,
It's your go, bud.
it is indeed.
You okay?
Maybe take a bit on that one there.
Need some more water.
I will use a nanite surge
Okay.
to change my gear array to something else as a swift action.
Yeah.
So, sword disappears, a new rifle appears.
A new rifle.
One that we haven't seen before.
Does it look like
It's like green sort of pipes running down the side of it, and it has these two prongs that are at the very end of the barrel, and they kind of hook in. It's quite sleek. And then I'm going to use my move action to move to a point where I'm in, at least within line of the terminal, so probably just here.
Yeah?
And I believe that's
Hi, guys.
definitely within 60 foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how far you moved.
20?
Yeah,
50, yeah. I will go to shoot the terminal.
Okay. Make the shot.
26 points of acid damage.
You need to roll tip first.
Oh, that's very fucking true. Why do I forget about that? Oh, piss.
I was wondering why you were rolling a d12, and then
I've got a cold, man.
special ability. I was like,
Fuck, 16 hit.
I'm going to double check that.
Yeah.
it is a
It's a stationary
defenseless
object.
terminal.
It's a stationary object.
It is a stationary object. It does have...
And it has hardness to do a certain amount of
Exactly
damage over it.
So, let's have a quick...
But if I at least hit,
You just take the finish
that's
off
fine.
That was under warranty.
it. Phone rings. Have you considered an extended warranty?
Damn it.
I would have thought it would have been on this particular page.
What are you looking up? Terminal hardness.
Yeah, basically, it'll be a particular...
Sounds like an illness, that.
What's in that?
If we throw out the windows, it's
It'll be...
Terminal hardness.
I took a pill in the 70s and it's never gone down. Well, why don't we make that our 10-minute break while I look up the break DCs on
fair.
particular materials, because I know what this is made out of, and that's what I'm
Well, if I
looking
can
for.
just hit it, that's fine.
Exactly. So it's a 16 hit, yeah?
Yes.
And I will find out in 10 minutes, once we're back from our break, whether or not that hits. See you in 10 minutes, guys. Well, we're back again. How do, friends?
Ass.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Ass.
Obviously,
Got snailed.
you did get
Ian
snail.
snailed me.
There was a lovely, cute little snail on the door, and I thought, I know who'd like to see this. Old Stephanie.
Carry on.
Come on.
We've never announced your surname on the stream, so I don't want to just...
No, what? No.
That's all right, I don't mind.
I thought you meant
Renshaw.
Renshaw? Renshaw?
70% of the time. No. Done the maths.
The numbers are there.
Good.
So, there is particularly, and we'll talk about where I get the maths from and stuff like that. So I've used Archives of Nethys, and I've used the books, or authorised places to get your Paizo maths from. So, first things is, obviously we're looking for the AC. The armour class of an unattended objects are easier to hit than creatures because they don't usually move.
Usually.
But many are tough enough to shrug off some damage from each blow. An object's armor class is equal to 10 plus a modifier due to its size, see table below, and armor class of objects, plus its dexterity modifier. An inanimate object has not only a dexterity of 0, a -5 modifier, but also an additional -2 penalty to its AC. Furthermore, if a creature takes a full action to line up a shot, it automatically hits with a melee weapon and gains a +5 bonus to an attack roll with a ranged weapon. So if you spend your full action to line up the shot, and then your next turn took the shot, you get a +5 to that shot. But the AC of it is going to be 10 plus a shitload of minuses. So it's going to be, that 16 is probably going to hit. They then have hardness, depending on obviously the material's resistance, and then it has an amount of hit points depending on its level. It has a base HP plus its times its item level. So,
Fucking maths, Jesus.
but
You love it.
We fucking love it.
So, Jack, what's its AC?
Only he knows that, I'm afraid. Because I don't know what sort of size that terminal actually is.
And its level as well.
medium,
And its level.
which is a +0.
Well, there you go. So
With
that's
a -5,
so that's 5,
-2.
Oh, yeah.
3.
AC of 3 to hit.
Wow.
That 16 is going to absolutely...
Blow his fucking brains out.
Well, you say
You're
that.
only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
So it then has a hardness, which is dependent on a certain amount of numbers, which is in fact
Is it terminal hardness?
and only damage in excess of its hardness is deducted from the hit points the object's hit points. On average, a sturdy piece of equipment, such as a weapon or suit of armor, has a hardness of 5 plus 2 times its item level. Any other piece of equipment has a hardness of 5 plus its item level. This is not armored, nor is it a weapon or anything. Therefore, it's only 5 plus its item level.
Which is?
8.
So
it's
13. 13 hardness.
Which is a tier 8 computer, which tells us another number. The DC to hack into a terminal. Ooh, where is it?
40?
45.
Jesus. We were never going to make that unless we fucking rolled a nat 20.
Plus 8.
Which you have done before.
Yeah.
You have broken into a tier 8 computer before.
When we had
What was
time.
it, 35?
Yeah.
45.
Gone hot.
Ooh.
But so now you know that it is a tier 8 computer. You know that now the check to that is a 45 because you have access to that as players. You know that its hardness is 13, so you have to do a minimum of 13 damage for it to do any damage to it whatsoever, which means that it also has a break DC. Breaking is half of its hit points. The item hit points are 15 plus 3 times its item level.
Which was 8. So 3 times 8 is 24 plus 15, 39.
39. And its break DC will be at... its broken condition will come in at when it hits 19 hit points. But that doesn't mean it's not functional, it just means it's a broken item. You don't know what that means for this particular creature because none of you have identified what kind of creature this is yet. But there are checks you can do for that, like computers and stuff like that.
What are you about to say, mate?
I think I was trying to work out if I could get away with, if I could do it without a nat 20.
What you've also learned is it has countermeasures on it for when you fail those checks.
I was just... I was having a lovely time.
Just looked over at the side and Steph's just like...
She's in training.
Yeah.
Wish I don't need training.
Bitch, I'm on top of my game.
That's expertise, baby.
I ain't never got no disappointed claim.
Baby, I'm a giver.
To which end then, since we now have the maps, let's jump back into a jazzy battle.
Please don't maths it.
As you roll,
Maths, terminal hardness achieved.
Achievement unlocked.
Terminal hardness.
Episode title there.
I think that is the episode title,
yeah,
Terminal Hardness. You went looking for an old man and you found Terminal Hardness.
Happens to the best of us.
No wonder he's angry. He's just
hard all the time.
so frustrated.
I mean, I empty, but it just won't go away.
Pez, I'm so sorry.
Makes you wonder what's in that arc.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Spooky ghost.
So,
16 hits.
16 hit.
You get to roll
Brilliant.
some
Yeah,
damage.
I've already rolled damage. So that's 26 points.
26 points of damage with a hardness of 13. 13 of that gets taken away, leaving
13.
13. Tell me, obviously you've got this like sleek gun with these like dual prongs, very Mandalorian style. What's it look like when you take the shot? What's the actual like energy look like?
I think it definitely just like the vibrant green energy starts from the back of the gun near the stock and it makes its way down the barrel and it shoots what looks like a small green projectile and as it sort of hits the terminal it splashes all over and it's actually acid damage as it starts to corrode the metal and the electronics and it's a very fast acting corrosive acid.
Nice.
So yes.
And like it's as like he's made like this hologram has made contact with the back of Pez's head. You fire that shot, it smashes into the terminal, and they just turn. And you watch those pixels like roll across their face, and they just lock eyes with you, and they are like, "How dare you! I will destroy you for this."
Good luck with that one, pal.
Yes, my boy. That's the confidence we like to see.
Anything else from Kaz?
I've done the swift move and shot, so I'm good.
TJ.
Move action. TJ is going to bring the microphone up, looking at this, whatever beastie this may be. Although, you might resemble Professor Nymbus Dyn, but soon you're gonna be dying in. And I'm gonna try and
That was a stretch.
Try and get him with my chorister, harmonist. It's not very good. Do I want? No. 14 on EAC.
Are you hitting the hologram or terminal?
It's Sonic, so I'm giving it a go, see if it works.
Unfortunately, a 14 misses.
Damn.
What's the energy look like as it leaves your weapon? And tell us how it misses.
It's this this wave of like, you know, like in like 60s cartoons where anything done with Sonic was like in round. It kind of looks like this, like raiding out through the sphere, but. TJ knows that pun was shit, and he felt it in his bones, and it's shaken. And so, just like they sort of like start to form, and just they don't quite reach the mark. They're just these little circles of sound. And Sonic is like, "No, that was could have done a lot better." It was a 15. I forgot to add my own fucking get 'em. That doesn't make any difference, though, does it?
It does not. I'm afraid.
But for the rest of you, for the next turn, I'm a cheeky +1.
All right.
Yeah.
TJ kind of sits and is like, "I'm off my game."
Anything else? Jackdaw, who looks really messed up. They are going to. They sort of like limp back. It's like, do we think destroying the terminal is going to? In fact, actually. Sorry, I'm just going to see if they can roll something to detect or determine. Can somebody look under engineering for me, please? Because I don't have it on this sheet, and see if identifying a construct.
You can identify, build, repair, or disable technological devices, assess the stability of structures and machinery, properly arm and disarm explosive. If you don't have an engineering kit when attempting, shit happens.
That's items.
You can use engineering to identify constructs with the technological subtype, such as robots.
Engineering. Okay. It's intelligence-based. Does it have a DC on there?
Nope. It says see page 133.
Cool.
Or you can identify technology.
Yeah, that's the items one. I think.
Yeah.
This is technically a creature, therefore it is a specific.
I've just found a whole new one of asbestos I never knew existed. This would have been fucking useful.
Which bit's that?
That when you go, you can scroll down and it tells you other shit like feints and Jesus Christ.
In each of the skills.
Never knew that was there.
That's why I just asked for that, because I don't have it on the sheet. Hephaestus, by the way, who came out with another update today, really great resource if you are playing Starfinder for an online tool, makes things a whole lot easier to run and play. Please go check them out, it's free. So, a social skill check allows you to recall. So, the skill check is going to be creature type, which is technically this one here. It's an engineering, and that is going to be a. It's quite a rare thing, this. So, it's 15 plus 1.5 times the creature's CR. The CR is an 8. So, that is a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on top of 15, which is going to be a 20. 7. They can't beat that check. Oh no, what's their intelligence modifier? No, they can't make that check. They physically cannot beat that score. So they will just attempt to stay within range of their pistol, kill bear.
My baby.
The terminal's the best shot.
Okay. Pulls out the Voltic pistol and will take a shot at the terminal. It hits. That is going to be 1d6 plus 3. That is going to be 7 points of damage. None of that goes through, I'm afraid, because
pistol's not good enough.
No. As you watch it hits. The electric goes around it.
Good job.
Like this. Hologram looks round to you all. It's like, so you like playing with electricity then?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No!
Yes. Whack-a-mole. No. Yes.
No.
That's all.
It's offensive to me.
That's all they can do. Sylph, you are up.
I turn around and I see. Go for terminal. terminal.
Take it for the terminal.
We're fine.
Can you smell toast?
Does your +1 go for the terminal, or
No,
just
it's
for the
just
Nimbus
Just
Dyn?
creatures. What are you shooting at?
I'm going for the terminal.
Terminal.
Jesus Christ.
Are we fucking high?
I think I like that very. I am in sugar right now, and it's a hot Ribena, and it's so
What
Ribena-y.
comments you want? Everything.
Yeah. I've had the golden fruit tab.
It's a 17 to hit,
Sniffy
Hits.
and
decongestion.
then because
That's
of
right.
all
Right.
the
We let Tom do a turn.
Sorry.
I'll do the thing and then the extra damage thing.
Yep, so,
Because this has got the empowered and stuff on it.
so
So,
roll all the damage you've hit.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
16 points of
17,
damage.
18, 19, no,
Still trying.
19, 25, 29.
29.
That's the pulse damage, so it's a little birthday. I mean, I can't nauseate a terminal, but
No.
if I could, it would feel damn nauseous.
So that'd be on a crit. But
Oh, yeah, that's true.
what is the type of damage, please?
Sonic.
Sonic. What's it look like as its energy flies across the room and hits this terminal?
Yes, category Sonic.
Hedgehog.
So it's very similar to what you saw with hitting Rang. Is that it looks like a bullet and it's just very clean and small and just hits the terminal, but then it sort of creates this vortex on the opposite side and it sort of pulls like a sort of shredding vortex out on the opposing side.
13 plus 16, Jack?
29.
Okay.
29.
As this vortex shatters the screen on it, and you watch as like that screen glitches, and this hologram, who is like looking at like Jack Daw from Pears to Kaz, turns to you and is just like, "It behooves one not to touch my stuff!" And just gets really angry without the squeak. That's me.
I kind of enjoyed the squeak.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
Humanised him a bit.
yeah.
We did ask, and I am going to. Where's the ruler?
There's a ruler here.
Yes, I can get back there. I've still got 5 movement after this. And I am going to, as a swift action, I'm going to, as far as I understand, I can use a higher spell slot to cast a lower level, not with any bonuses, but just to use that spell slot.
Is that one of your Magitech feats, is it? The technical feats?
No, I was reading through Paizo.
Oh, right,
So
in
it
terms of,
seems
like-
to be like I'm trying to cast a 2nd level spell, but I've got 3rd level spells. I think it's 3rd level spell slots. It's higher.
You can use the 3rd level spell
So I
slot to
can
cast
use-
a 2nd
yeah,
level.
no
it's weird because you can always
bonuses.
downcast, but you can't cast up. So that's still a
this
2nd
is-
level spell.
Yeah. It's still the same, but it's just using the magic to do
Yeah.
that.
Uh,
I'm going to touch Kez's rifle.
Oh.
Is this a swift action for you?
It is a swift action, and I'm using Phase Blade. Just to see if this works. Don't know
is
what you're
Phase
hitting.
Blade?
You infuse a weapon with magic, allowing you to phase the weapon in and out of existence to partially bypass armor. For the duration of the spell, attacks made with this weapon target EAC, even if the weapon deals kinetic damage.
Okay, that is really good.
And then I'm going to take my other. So yeah, just
Duration
like,
1 round, yeah?
duration is 1 round. So just hold the blade and just slip a little card out, drops down into the rifle, and I'm like, hope you find this useful. And then you just see like your rifle just slightly glitch in your hands, like it's in and out of existence.
Start to thrum. What have you done? Okay.
Terminal hardness.
You'll find out.
All right.
And then I'm going to spend the other 5 of my movement
Yeah, should be able to make it to the next square. That's up to you.
going away.
Is This
And
thing
that's
is
the
like
end of my turn.
screaming. It's almost like it's having a tantrum. You can see it's like flailing its arms around, trying to strike into things.
I don't want to be meta. But my gun already does it, you see.
Oh well. Never mind.
Extra EAC.
Extra EAC.
At the top of the round, it is you.
Thank you.
It's glitching regardless.
Is this terminal
Maybe I haven't
looking
got this
quite damaged at this point?
The terminal is definitely broken, but it is not destroyed.
Bear with me. There's a thing that I can do when a system's broken. I think I can break it.
I think it's
It was between you and Jack.
I think it's anything that does bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. is
No,
hit.
that's the other type of mechanic.
Everything else.
weird.
Energy. So,
With being so
sword out.
close,
that'd be great.
I'm going to get Bear to do a full attack
Dabby sword out.
on the actual terminal,
Okay.
which I think she has a thing called Deadly Aim. When I take a full action with a weapon, it's a -2
Instead of
penalty.
-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So full attack from Bear. This takes your. Oh, I suppose this is still a swift action, isn't it? Yeah, because you've got AI.
you literally
Yeah.
just using the one hand to do it. So that would be a full attack.
Sorry, first attack.
26.
Yeah, absolutely hits. Roll some damage first, please.
I'm trying to remember how full attack works now.
So
-4 to every.
but he gets a -2 because of deadly aim.
Oh.
So now you just roll your regular weapon damage.
Yeah.
And then you get to make another attack afterwards.
So there is 8 electrical
None of that goes through, I'm afraid.
to the terminal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's got a hardness of 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, I can't do any damage to it. So seeing this happen, Bear's AI kind of reroutes and tries to hit Nimbus.
+1.
19 -2, 17 +1, 18. Which I don't think is going to be enough.
Misses, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can target different targets during the during that. So yeah, the first one you watch, like the terminal just absorbs it, and then the second one you go to turn around and it just goes through them.
Yeah, and then with
I love that that's a swift action. Like mechanics at level 8, being able to do that.
Mental.
But his kit is drawing out to do that as well, which is really cool.
and then I am going to you just see me trying to ignite the knife. So you're just almost like a lighter, like a kid trying to light a lighter two-handed, but trying to jam it into the computer terminal. With a nat 1 for 13. You just see Pez
You
trying
chop
to do
your
it.
own hand off and bleeds to death.
Bye, Pez.
You just,
Didn't even like it, so it doesn't even cauterize the
you just try to see him light it, and he's just like just trying to shake it. Like
I think
he's got
you
the light.
fumble it as well, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like what happens. Unfortunately, that is that. Anything else from yourself?
I don't
could have.
think
That's
I
right.
can.
Was that against the terminal? That knife hit. Technically hits.
So that one is always a miss.
Oh, okay.
Same with like, and that's when he's always a hit. Whereas obviously there's a crit difference for Starfinder, which we had never come across yet. But the nat one is always a miss when you go to an attack.
With that, I am going to use my miracle worker. So me fumbling, I'm just going to be like, come on. So for the next minute, my weapon's going to get +2 enchantment to attacks and damage.
Is that a movement action?
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking mechanics,
Fucking
eh?
beast.
Yeah, well, it's same with like Envoy's. Obviously, it's all about buffing everybody else. Mechanics, it's like right, let's fucking hone in. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, as long as you know the thing you're trying to affect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can fight affecting again.
I can also do it to the ship and just to people's armor.
Fucking crippled. That's
So if Roos was to run it in, I can miracle work his armor to get +2 for EAC and KAC.
I love it.
He's a tanky boy now.
The living hologram did not like that from Sylph.
How could you?
Just around the corner.
That's fucking me.
Yeah, that's Paz.
What are you doing?
It was one of yours.
What am I
Was
doing?
that not one of you? What, do you think all bespectacled people look the same?
Yeah. Took me a minute then. I was like, can I say it?
I was wondering if you...
Like, who's going to be offended? Like, oh, I wear glasses and oh!
What up, yeah?
Put your glasses on, look at that. Fuck off.
What was that, Jack?
They did not like that.
Yep.
They are going to...
I am not going to look
They
defiant, even though I
fly
expect
across.
it to happen.
That's a cocker. 13 plus 18, I'm pretty sure it's going to hit. So that is going to be a d12. Max damage. Rolling rocks. Plus 8. So that is 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
20 again.
And they are just like, I will destroy you! And just like smashes it into your face. They've used all their movement. They have nothing but swift action. Kaz, you are up.
Full attack. So -4 to attack.
Yep.
Unless I don't, just as long as I don't roll a
2
one.
nat ones, please.
No.
I'm a witch.
You've also got the +1
Damn it.
TJ.
Is it? This one's first one's against the terminal. It's going to hit regardless. Apart from one. That definitely hits. That's 20 points of acid damage on the first hit.
You smash into the screen where this vortex hole has already been created. Obviously, actually, 20 points, but I do
Takes
get to
another
minus the hardness.
Takes 7 points of damage.
It's not quite there.
Oh,
Edging.
it's a bad miss.
It does hit, and you watch as like you hit true, and it like opens that hole. It is like properly widened now, and you see this hologram who is just like, leave that alone.
You heard him, Kaz. Leave the wide hole alone.
That's a cocker.
Can you balance that? 'Cause that's a natty 1.
It's a cocker.
Cocker.
Listen, my man knows a cocker when he sees one.
That hits for sure. With a 16 on the
How's the
dice.
cocker umbra?
23 points of damage.
Describe how you destroy the terminal.
I think it's just overloading the components within this terminal, just clogging it with acid as it starts to just, and it's like the metal starts to just disappear, dissipate, and you can see the electronics inside start to spark and start to sort of rip away from each other, until eventually it just goes black.
And you watch as it sees that happening, and it like turns to you, and it like runs towards you with its hands to go for your throat, and just falls into pixels, and just they just roll across the floor like broken ice, and just disperse away as you watch like these projectors all around the room just start to blink out, and the room falls silent.
And the jazz band arrives.
Oh, Nymbus Dyn was coming.
I achieved terminal hardness.
I have achieved. I can't.
So hard to
Fuck.
I think at this point, Sylph just spits blood on the floor and walks over to Pez. How are you doing?
I'm okay, but Bear. You just see one of the little ears just start to droop.
You can rebuild him. You have the technology.
Oh,
We have the means.
when we get to the ship, she's getting an upgrade.
I
You've
think,
got to put in a request for that.
I think we're all going to get an upgrade.
Yeah.
I put a request into spammers on.
You know they're really bad. They're really bad ethically, Pez. Anyway,
You mean like Dynattack?
yes,
Yes.
but we've been dealing with this.
Well, maybe they're next on the list, okay?
Fine.
So
You did well, Pez. I put a hand on your head and like give you a little pat.
Is this what it's like to be loved by someone?
No.
Okay. Here's me thinking I've made friends. Just scuttles back off into the corner.
17%.
Investigator door, who looks really bad, by the way. Like, their skin is like charred and stuff, and they are like, "Thank you. I definitely couldn't have done that alone."
Oh.
Which means that we now need to turn this place over for any information.
Yeah.
Given obviously the tantrum that was just thrown, did that, because when we went to the Lost and Loved orphanage, he had an altercation with the Argo.
Yeah.
And was it over a toy?
So, give me a recall knowledge check.
Ooh, travelled. 13.
Cool. The argument happened in the middle of... It began in what was like a lesson or a class, I think it was, and basically Argo was tormenting another child, and Nim had apparently said something under his breath that Argo heard, and then Argo was like, "Right, well, I'll start on you then," and it's the first time that Nim ever reacted like, "Oh no, please don't, please, please, please," and like had ever seemed like fearful or had seemed frightened in any way. And then eventually it was the staff there that said they kind of stopped that from happening and they broke it up. And then the footage shows later that night, the secret footage that you found that had been changed, that Argo came to his room to be like, I'm coming to steal some of your toys, basically, give me that. And then found nothing of worth there, so started throwing things around, started trashing things, and then went to go hit Nim, and Nim just moved out of the way. And then he just seemed to like, and it's not too dissimilar to what you've seen here with this arcing surge, and the fact that he it came out of him and then he pulled it from the terminal. Still slightly different from what you've seen here, but it's still that same arcing electricity damage that seemed to be what killed Argo. And
is there anything left on the ground where he fell, or is it all just exploded pixels?
No, they're all gone. All of this light has disappeared. I mean, you can make a check now that you're out of combat to see what kind of creature this is, or if you've ever heard of something like that before.
I would like to use my data system. No, fast retrieval for it.
I'm also, because I've been live streaming this to Rena. Rena, any thoughts? Did you enjoy the show?
It's all very interesting, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's a shame about my...
Penthouse?
No,
Competition?
what would she call Zan and Kimpire?
Colleagues?
Yeah, it's a real shame about my colleagues, isn't it?
Opens up some spaces though, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? Interesting that this... She will make a check. Ooh.
Clever girl.
Not a good roll.
No, not a clever girl.
She does have... I just need to bring up her character sheet. Give me a second.
What?
What do you build me a baby just to make me down?
It's quite rare. 15 times 1.5 the creature's CR. It's a CR 8, so that's going to be, like I said before, 12 plus 15, which is going to be a 27. Then Rena. Rolled a 2 on the dice.
Rena.
I'm still waiting for it to load, so it's probably not going to be that.
It's not going to be plus 25, is it?
It's not plus 23.
Fuck off. It's
not
not enough, though.
No, it's not enough.
No, she's only got plus 19.
Rena.
What a fucking shame.
Let's double check if she can do it with engineering. No. So it appears our illustrious CEO is not present within the building.
No.
Hasn't been for some time.
Seems that way.
Can we make a check to try and see if we can work out what this was?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be a computer's check, I believe.
Wouldn't mind also trying.
Yeah. Sorry, it's engineering. My apologies.
Okay, I'm not going to put that in, so I never can get that.
What was it you were doing? Sorry, Tom.
Just see what it is.
I can help you with my custom gear, if you like. You know a bit more about magic. I just know about technology, and I don't think this is just pure tech.
And to be honest, I'm looking at it more from a socio side than anything else. So
it is an engineering check to identify this creature.
I can give it a go. I'm a little weaker on engineering, but that would be helpful.
Yeah, of course. I don't know how that would kind of work with the sort of...
Auto aid if you've got a 10 plus in your engineering.
Yeah.
So auto aid on that one. Casual aiding at all?
Are you looking sort of in the pixel area?
Yeah, or just to sort of think about what it was and sort of... I'm also going to empathetic support myself.
Yeah.
I can do this.
You can go the distance.
I will not aid for this one, only because I think I'll be looking over at the terminal area now.
Okay. So,
Also
+2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Good,
Jackdaw
empathetic
help?
support.
Oh, girl!
You get it from
yeah.
Jack as well, so another +2 there.
Yeah, queen.
For once, right.
Slay, mummy.
So 32.
Oof.
Okay. This is a creature called a living hologram. In obviously, like in numerous technological advanced societies, holograms are used all over the place in advertising, in it's like curators, as interactive computers essentially to do different things. However, sometimes if they're left for long periods of time on their own, they can corrupt, and their actual programming becomes reliant on this central terminal or computer or projector, and it's called a tether, and they become irate if anybody tries to do anything that would damage that. But also they pick up this level of sentience and a personality, and they can do things like hard light slams, where they can momentarily cause their light to become hard light, which is what you imagine happened here. You've heard about these on planets that maybe have had civilizations that have died out, and then all that's left is the technology and the computers, and these holograms who have this really base level of AI become sentient and kind of go mad. And you think this was one of those.
Can I tell how they're made?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a case of the programming corrupts. So if they were a base hologram designed to function as a...
But I mean, would it take the template, say, of the person making it, if they requested it to be so?
It's got the form of whatever it was programmed to be. So it was obviously programmed to be Nymbus Dyn. And then you think back to your conversation and it's saying, I'll never be them. You think to what TJ said, and you get one of those. About the reflections, about the screens and them being smashed. You think about the hard light slam. They trashed this office.
Yeah.
And it was probably like them looking at themselves, them being alone for so long. You've seen the dust around everywhere. You've seen this whole place until recently hasn't been touched. You think about the errors that it was saying and how that didn't seem... you pulled a lie from it, but you saw definite technological glitches as well. Whether that's part of the corruption of the programming or if that's wipes, you don't know. But yeah, when a hologram is left alone for so long, they can corrupt and become a living AI.
It's quite sad, really, isn't it?
Anyone would be driven mad stuck in a room for so long. 2 AIs in one tower.
I think this one was a lot less than the last one.
And yes. Do you know what?
I don't know.
Investigator Jackdaw. Do you know what? I truly believe you're already looking better. You're looking great, dude. Just, really spit spot, and I'm going to try kiss it better.
Okay. What?
So, it's a bluff check against 5 plus total sense motive, or 5 plus... Oh, it will be a sense motive, I'm using bluff. Or 10 plus 1.5 allies level, whichever is greater. 34.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he gets 2d8. 5, 6, 9 points of healing.
Oh. It's like, thank you very much, TJ.
You're very welcome.
I suppose now is the time to start looking through whatever's here.
Let's do this.
Servers?
Yeah, I was thinking of going through the computer and getting, if we can go over to it and I can get the aid. With take 20, that's considered a 20 on the roll, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a...
I would pass.
Yep.
So, bear in mind...
Help in return.
Yeah.
Taking 20 takes 20 minutes. It automatically assumes that you are failing every time for that 20 minutes until you get to the 20. So any countermeasures, anything like that, will be set off.
Okay.
So
Roll helping is worth the roll, I think.
So I'll just double check it for you because it is definitely on computers.
Because we've all got
I need to.
auto successes, aren't we?
I need to get 15 or higher.
Okay, so you've got can investigate a door help with computers as well.
I believe they can.
Superb.
They have to roll for it.
Okay.
So that would be another 2 off us. That's 13. Because of my -5 as well.
Nice.
The terminal that you were at over there, I will let you know, is the highest grade computer you've ever seen.
So
even if it's old.
10? Yeah. So that's...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get through that.
That's 45 DC wise.
Nope, that was on a tier 8.
Yeah. You're looking...
53 for a tier 10.
And looking at Jack, and you have any stewards who might know how to get into this?
Yes. That and certain data files from the Starfinder Society. There are
Right.
multiple people at our behest that could get into this. However, I am dubious that... And he looks to the doors are locked, and we are at least alone for now, but, you know, on enemy territory.
Well, Rena's on our side
Yeah, Rena?
for now.
Oh, I'm certainly not going to stand in the way, but
If you could look at opening some doors.
I have no access to the penthouse.
There's no way she'd
Of course.
Shall we try for some other stuff first to see what we can
good.
find? Because it might give us more of ins for the higher tier.
Servers then?
Yeah.
Go have a look at the server rack.
Yeah.
Has anyone got any duct tape?
So you can tell that it's only the casing of the server has been damaged.
Yeah.
And you can imagine from those hard light slams, but like it's still in working order.
See if I
Do
can.
you need a tool? I can help make a tool.
Oh, have you got the technomancer thing where you can gift someone a augmentation?
I've got Omni tool.
Oh,
Not. I'm down to my cantrip for now.
That's fine.
But I should, yeah.
I'm going to try and find a way to connect to one of these server racks.
Helping.
Helping.
I'm helping.
We're helping.
Oh, you're helping.
If you're rolling, we're helping.
Okay.
You get the 8.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, 8 all round. So 2, 4, 6, 8.
Computers, I believe.
We are
Yep.
Orion's help.
Oh. Stand in a circle.
Orion's help. Orion's help.
Credit stick in from Jack. What was you roll? What did you roll before it?
3.
Oh no. Come on, boy.
Oh, again.
Fate has been sealed.
No. Roll it again.
Yep.
Oh,
Roll it again.
thank you very much.
Come on.
Not much better.
And soon after that was another 3.
Okay. Plus all your shit.
Yeah,
plus
so
helps.
yeah. So 22, 24, 26, 28. Is Jack Door helping?
Yeah.
30.
This is, again, a really high tier to get into this particular device.
Roll again. Is it? Oh.
You can if you want.
Come on.
God, this is a lot been spent on this roll. God damn.
If you can open these doors.
And spit on that dice.
So for podcast listeners and for people elsewhere, spending credit sticks
creeping.
isn't like trying again. This is like to replace the roll. This is obviously a homebrew rule that we have in play.
36.
36. You are struggling to get into this thing. It's not just necessarily countermeasures or anything like that, but at every turn you are like trying to get in, and then it's just like there are so many different server nodes. It's hard to get in here because it's not like a terminal or anything. It is quite literally the server, and you think it is probably tied to the desk and to this office being the head of the building. Nothing goes off, no arcing surges, no countermeasures seem to go around the room, but you do not make it.
Are there any like lower tier desktops that we can sort of try?
I doubt they're going to be lower tier, but we could have a look.
You never know. Everyone's got to have at least a tablet or a little something portable.
What was that computer there? Sorry, Tam.
That's all right.
Yeah, so over on the far left of the desk on the wall, you see a terminal. It too has a shattered screen to it. You can tell it's still got the thick layer of dust on it. You're not sure what this terminal is supposed to do, but it's just another computer in the room.
Give it a whirl.
Yes, I'm going to use my profession. I'm just going to quickly like duct tape up my my goggles, and you just kind of, as you see Pez put his goggles down, you just kind of see like this 2D landscape, almost like Duck Hunt, and he's going through and literally like shooting down like the little barriers that are going past him.
Cute.
You can have one of those for that. I like that.
I got cramp. 29, but
Drink more
minus
water.
5 to have been 29, but the DC is minus 5.
$29. You are like going through, shooting these little ducks. You're psycho, and you think you should be coming to the end of the game where you're then like, cool, now I've got access and this final like door or this final target, but it just never comes, and it's just like constantly like streaming towards you as you don't think you get past anything there. Investigator door is like, obviously we need to look for anything in here, like TJ, what were you looking for before?
I was looking for any points where there might have been an access card hidden or some kind of he liked to hide information when he was at the orphanage. It was hidden between slats in the wall. That's what I was looking for earlier, and I was thinking about maybe doing that again because I only checked the living space, so having a look in here a bit more thoroughly.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool, let's do that. Teamwork.
They give you the 8?
Perception?
Yeah. Well, yeah, perception.
Okay. Fuck it, I'm going to spend the credit on that one.
Oh, can bear aid?
They can.
Yeah?
You get the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
2 from Jackdaw, 2 from Bear.
so a natural 20
Lovely.
for 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Cool. Near that terminal,
Oh, that was worth the spend.
over in the far side, there are all these like terminals and walls and these smashed screens, but there is like a panel in the wall that you think is a lot like where the bed panel was, but it's better hidden. The bed isn't supposed to be hidden. This is. And you manage to find and like press in on this panel of wall, and it opens and a body falls out.
I found the professor!
Pez is like...
And it quite literally is maybe in their early 20s. You see this like dark-haired human with this like pale skin and this... It's not like a shit-eating grin, but it is like a practiced smile. This very warm and welcoming face as they just like hit the floor, and then you look up and you see several bodies.
Oh.
You see one that looks like the hologram you just fought,
Yeah.
with that same smile
Yeah.
and that same clothing. You then see a slightly older one, maybe in their 80s, 90s, and that's the oldest one that you see. You then see a teenage one, a 9-10-year-old one, right the way down to a little baby.
This is fucked up.
But they're all in perfect condition.
Oh shit.
They are all, their skin isn't like malnourished, they're not like sunken in, they're not undead or anything like that. They're a cold looking, fully clothed bodies.
Yeah. Wow.
That is interesting, but fits with what I found at the orphanage.
Probably information to be garnered, Inspector?
Yeah. And like you see like Jack's eyes are like they're quite wide. It's like I obviously read the files and you seem like he like makes contact and like the skin is skin. And he's like withdraws his hand and he's like, and you can tell like, so give me a medicine check.
Okay.
Would I be allowed to do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody at this point, I imagine, would be drawn over to the falling of a body and then everything else.
Still by the window.
Yeah.
25.
25.
Would it be a life science?
That one on his point. You can do life science.
Yeah.
20.
20 on medicine.
Yeah.
25 on medicine.
15. 15.
15. And you're by the window. What are you looking for?
I was going to say, I'll do it after this.
You sure?
I'm shooting the window.
Is that the eyes up here?
Don't know. I'm just repetitively shooting it until it breaks.
Ricochet span.
Oh, my last health.
This is how Pez dies.
Yeah.
Just roll some damage for me, please, as you start. And do mark off the ammo, please, as well.
Yeah. Right.
As you take your first shot.
11.
Okay, 11 points of damage. Six of that goes through. And then you're just going to keep doing that. Eventually, you guys all hear the window shatter open as like, you guys are starting to investigate these bodies. As soon as it breaks, the glass like falls away, like partly into it, some out of it. Obviously it's at that 45 degree, but like a force field thump, comes into play to... Yeah. Probably a protective measure for any building of this kind of height. Not unlike the ray shields in the doors downstairs. It's not like a high grade or anything like that. It's just there to, stop ingress or extraction kind of thing. For you guys, with that medicine check, I mean, the skin is cold to the touch and it feels real. It is really like, it is like touching, a person. You'd expect a dead body to have decayed. There's no it's not airtight, and if it had been airtight for that long, it would have decayed on exiting that particular box. Then Jack talks about these bodies and how they'd sort of apparently grown a little bit, and then there was this switch over into a new one, and that's what he thinks has happened in this doctoring of medical records. And it starts to fit in that these are potentially those. And he's like, I don't know if these are, like you say, sleeves, or if these are different. I mean, I don't understand how you can have different bodies. It's baffling to me. They're not breathing. They're not. You did life science, yeah, and you got 15. Okay. And you did medicine for a dirty 20, and you did medicine for a 25.
Could it be that they've been sleeving from the core DNA?
I think with the 25, and you say that, and Jack is like, I don't think so. I think these are very sophisticated androids. That's what I found on the medical records after the documentation had been changed to human. These are designed to look, I think it's actually like you like lift the eyes and see that, and they don't like dilate, but then you look closer in, you see like the little ridges and stuff that look like the irises, but they're just too perfect.
This is some extreme technology, given the year this began.
I mean, androids have been around for a long, long time, but still, the fact that they've gone to these lengths to cover who they are, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Why go to these lengths to create a being to start a company? Why not just start the company if you have all these ideas in this? Why go through the rigmarole of a life?
It's a story. It's a narrative. It's gaining, and maybe they needed it to grow through the years to be in a certain position at a certain time. Is there anything like on the bodies or like anything else in the space that like, do they have like stuff in pockets or anything, or are they all just sort of shell?
A perception check. Anything else from everybody else while that's happening?
I think I'd just be helping TJ see if they've got any.
Accoutrements of technology.
So if you're helping, that makes it a nice 32.
32. Anybody else doing anything else in this moment? Jack will also help with that. Easily gets it. It's a nat 20 so you get the plus 2.
Beautiful.
I think at this point
I'm
probably would come back over.
Coming over. If you want to help with this and see these bodies, you absolutely can.
Get your pads.
What is it?
They're looking through the bodies.
No. Skill.
Perception.
Perception.
Kaz?
I can't help with that.
You can still roll it if you get above a 10.
I guess I'll have it as well.
Natural 20. We're up to 38.
And an automatic help from me.
40.
Is that with Jack as well?
It is, yeah.
The infant, the toddler, the youngster, the teenager, nothing. They're all just... And they're like on these weird hooks just hanging there, like under their armpits. And they're all wearing just, the infants in like swaddling... Well, they wouldn't be past that because they'd be like into like the young pre-toddler bit. So they're in like this like grow suit. The youngster is in a small jacket and these like comfortable trousers. The same thing. The teenager looks relatively smart. Mm-hmm. Each one of them has these like piercing blue eyes. And then you get to like the young adult, this one that's fallen on the ground, and they wear this like lab coat that says D-Tech Repairs, which you'd heard is like the first shop that they had back down in the Spike. This first business that then became Dynatech Industries was originally D-Tech Repairs, and they repaired things from the junkyard. And this was them, and they were this well together young adult, maybe between 18 to like 25. When you look at them like this, you could easily place them in that bracket, but you could never tell how old they actually are. They've got a scrap of paper in their pocket.
No. You get away with that shit. It's gonna... His artificial personality thing. Let's open up that can of worms, shall we?
No, I was thinking if it's got voice recognition...
I don't think it's worth it. Thank you.
And it's like hand-scribbled notes.
A marketing boy. Oh, he's been planning D-Tech, think bigger, Dynastorm Electrical, Dynamomentum, forwards to the future, Dynacore, the core of your future, Dynacraft, crafting the perfect future, Dynascape Innovations, Dynaforge, future industrial, forging the perfect future, forging the future, Dynasty Intergalactic, the future is now. It's that one. Dynafuture, perfection now. Dyn Industries, Dynatech Industries, future perfect. It was brainstorming. Could have done better. I still think Dynatech was a great tagline.
But that scrap of paper is within like the pocket of this technician's coat. The next one across is like this young, well-to-do, early 30s lab coat, shirt tie, very much dressed the same as the hologram. This blue waistcoat, blue trousers, these bright blue eyes, dark. It's almost like a black blue hair. It's like that kind of what's that colour when you dye your hair and you're a teenager and it goes black, but it's like midnight or something like that.
Midnight blue.
Yeah, it's got that like blue. So it's dark like that, but it has this like blue sheen to it. Then there is. You can see like a name badge and it says Dynatech Industries, Professor Nymbus Dyn. And the same then starts happening across the board, but there's no like data pads, there's no anything of real note. These are just the bodies and the clothing. The final one has this name badge on it, and you can see is 80s, 90s year old. So they look a bit more frail. They are a little bit more wizened than you'd expect, and from what you've seen of this particular hologram, they are. The skin again, it looks like they've got this like little bit of stubble on it. It's got this like slightly crowed feet. Well, I say slightly, it's like quite wrinkled and crowed feet, but it's just this perfect skin again. These like heavy cheekbones like protruding through some of it. So. What, they were workshopping the name of the company through these bodies, through these different periods of their life?
It's only on the young man.
Maybe only organics consent to being gods. Attempt to live for life. I'm just thinking from...
But something's not right there.
It's not right.
Because Nerephira had been programmed to work out the gap from what we saw, and that was their conclusion. They were a very powerful computer in the end, realistically, with this willpower of whatever this mage was, but they had taken it upon themselves when, what we can see from that footage, discovering this relic and researching it, that's how they would become a god. I don't think Dynatech knew the ability of those orbs. They were willing to offer it to you. So why would they do that if that was the intention of the company? Surely that would have been taken straight to here or taken straight to this professor if that was their intention. Then why the whole company? Why this building? Why the lavishness? Why all of this? What is going on here?
There's things like forging the future, affection, innovation.
Make money to fund something.
Well, yeah, I would say...
mean, this is a bit extreme.
Rena, you said that Nerephira was shut down when they started transferring funds. Yes, that apparently is what happened there, and because of that they were shut down and they acted then in a violent manner and the floor was sealed. Thank you. So definitely funds.
The funds have always been iffy, haven't they? We've known that there's been oddities with the way Dynatech has operated financially.
Well, why build any company unless you're after money?
Unless they're not just after money.
Not just after money.
It's resources.
It's
Control.
He came from the drift, so the story goes. Where did he come from before that?
Build a gate to go back. Gates are expensive.
I suppose if you went through all of this hassle to generate resources to collect money, yeah, they came from the drift, but that money's got to be going somewhere, right?
Yes.
It's the only thing that seems to have been sent down from the board. And you said it was the board that enacted the shutdown, right, Rena? Yes, it came from the floor itself and then from Joan, but this shutdown protocol was enacted by...
It came from the floor. But the floor's not... There's no one here. The hologram said that there was procedure, there was protocol, there was stuff inbuilt What if this floor is
Several space.
separate to the rest of the building? What if it is contained? Rena hasn't got access. No one has had access. It doesn't go this far. What if this is a separate, entirely separate? The angle of it as well. Is this a ship?
You can be an engineering check.
I'm really shit at them. It's very shit. It's 9.
Not that you can tell. But I mean, it's cool if it is.
It would be cool if it was.
Jack is. I think the money matters here. That's what's going to tell us the most. Where does the money go to?
I mean, it's strange that Dynatech stocks have always gone up no matter what.
True.
I just think it's strange that there are a few notable omissions from the list of companies Dynatech have been trading with. And I think given the repetition of this future and this future perfect Kaz, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about your home planet again.
Dr. Grimm said that they had spoken with Nymbus Dyn.
Yes, but never seen.
Maybe we pay Dr. Grimm a visit at this point
Probably.
Unfortunately.
and see who has made contact.
And where they've made contact. Was it just this floor or elsewhere?
They did give us the lead on Lost But Still Loved. They obviously know something, and that was their leverage. So where now?
We can't do anything else here. This is out of our depth on computers.
Yeah, the only thing
If you can take a phase field down, we can get out the window.
is the terminal.
Which one?
The one
That we've destroyed.
that we've destroyed. It might have... Well, it has control over the floor. We saw it go into a paddy to shut the doors to keep us here. We know too much.
Can you get anything from it?
I mean, now we've got time and not this psychotic hologram hovering.
I would just, because if there's one thing that I can teach you, it's to temper your language when talking about things that haven't had a lot of control about their origins, about where they've come from and what has happened to them. Yes, this thing was not sound of mind, but it was not its choice. It had very little control over that. Empathy is what sets us apart in this galaxy. You would do well to remember it.
But who sent, and you say that out loud, and Jack's like, then who sent Kimpaya and Zano up here? If it was all protocol to enact that,
That's built in.
but did it, or did somebody else?
I've got an uneasy feeling about that one. Because there was a big fuck up that seems to have not been punished.
Which one?
It was Lurin.
They didn't really fuck up.
He did. I think he did, but I think he's covered his own trails publicly. That's the thing.
That's
is
what's
that he
maybe
is.
saved him a little bit. But I don't trust the fucker. There's something else going on. I mean, obviously I don't trust the fucker, but does he know something else? Does he have an in? He's a very good spin.
Maybe.
Who else do we know? Rena, who else has fucked up recently?
Well,
Spill the tea.
as far as I'm aware, and this is what's interesting, is that I didn't know about Rena's major fuck-ups until... Realistically, I knew about Kashoria in the end when you guys came back to me, but that hasn't been overly public knowledge yet. Nor has Xano... Well, Xano's candidacy for the first Seeker, yes, that was very public. But I wouldn't have thought that would have been... That's very, very...
Seems very extreme, doesn't it?
Broke
For
the
that.
financial revenue, maybe.
But I don't know if it has.
No.
You were saying about...
Kimpire's is definitely. If that gets public knowledge, then that would be massively so, but...
Now said
Xanos.
strip the Starfinders.
Yeah,
I cannot anymore.
exactly. That's... Not great. Fucking 30, bro.
Ooh.
Feels more like an attack on someone's pride than public. I don't know. That's... If I wanted something that badly and somebody failed me, maybe I'd get irate like that, but depends on who or what we're dealing with here.
It depends if it was done out of anger or not.
Exactly.
Because if it's anything like the people that turned me into who I was, they're essentially failed experiments. If they didn't do their job, dispose.
It does have that ring to it, doesn't it?
There is an emotionless side to this rather than it being full of anger or anything like that. I think it's purely based on results.
Yes.
Is that why they got disposed of?
Exactly, they did.
Failed experiments cover their tracks, no body, no way of anyone looking into them.
Make them disappear.
Can always be made again.
It's quite excessive, isn't it?
It is very excessive.
But I didn't fail the company.
Good for you, Rena.
I think we need to talk to Dr. Craig.
Yes, that's the next. Well, we've got to get out of here first.
Yes.
Is there a panel by the door?
Yes. On your way in, like it was Kaz and Jack Daw who were going through them, and they were all just unlocked.
Yeah.
You head on over to the door, give me a computers check. Or if you go to try the door, you know it's locked. See if Jack Daw will help.
Please.
Oh, you get the help.
I'll help as well.
Yeah, we'll all help.
Yeah.
So that's plus 8. So that is 10, 27.
Just you press it and it's like boom, and then you plug it in and begin like tapping away. Everyone like starts looking at the nodes behind the door, and you can see that like between you all you can connect the dots, and the door opens up. I don't need to make you do the checks on the other two doors. Please.
I was going to say, it's like,
No countermeasures go off, and you can take 20 on each one. The doors are not at such a high tier as other things in this room. Bloop, bloop. Jack gets on a comm. We went to apprehend, yes, but they weren't here. There was a malfunctioning hologram, and the terminals up here are of a very high grade. If we're going to get any evidence, we need to send a specialist team in now. Yes, Mr. Constantine's has abstained from stepping in the way, which is obviously what we expected. If we can get a team here now to grab evidence, just in case anything gets burnt, that would be great. Bloop. The stewards will send a team. And I suppose we should go chat to Dr. Grimm.
Yeah.
As we're going through this run,
Yep.
is it possible to look at the bed and see if it ever looks like it's being used, or if it's like pristine brand new?
Yeah, give me a perception check. It's a mimic.
21.
It seems pristine and in high functioning order. What you notice as well, the same thing that TJ noticed, is that this is like a self-sterilizing chamber. So like if you were to like close it and then have nobody inside it, it would then actively like strip the bed and automatically sterilize it and redress the bed ready for the next day. So constantly cleaning itself. But you can tell that like even with that, it's probably never been used. Just like everything else in this floor. You guys make your way back through these labs, the boardroom. Every screen that had an image of Professor Dyn on it is now blank. And you can see like in the corner of each room there's like a little projector that now lays dormant. You get back into the original elevator and do you head down to the lobby to head out? Do you...
What do you reckon, Jim?
I would very much like to rest before we make any move forwards.
I think we all need to rest.
Sure. Rena, I'm going to cut the feed now. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much, TJ.
You're very welcome. Remember me in the years to come.
Oh, certainly so. I think your people are nothing but a help to the Packed Worlds.
Cheers to that. All right, have a lovely evening, Rena.
And you.
Gift of a countless
The
gift.
comm is cut, and you begin to exit the building, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know that there are still Dynatech defense teams around the perimeter for this particular event that you went in for originally? And, you know, the building is quiet and empty and... yeah, it's, you know, the quietest it's ever been, but this was the procedure to keep people safe in this situation. And you think about, like, the revelations you had throughout this day.
What a day.
It's been a day.
This
What a day.
learning of these orbs and their potential power to ascend to godhood, to birth, or to put a creature back into the womb of a world, of why the floor was shut down, of why it all went wrong, of G33 and their journey of being activated to be a vessel that then somehow malfunctioned and didn't work, to then gain their sentience, to lose that again on returning. You came here after them and are now leaving this being behind. The revelation of DCI Gene Poach and Jackdaw, and the fact that the stewards were so heavily embedded from the very start of your journeys together in trying to catch the bastards. I think the last shot we see is maybe of Jean, who... Bastion's not far away from Dynatech Tower. Are you guys wanting to separate and go back to the ship, back to the Starfinder Society for the night to get a rest before talking to Dr. Grimm, or are you wanting to go straight there now? Jack is very happy to do either or.
Take a rest.
I'd like to go ship and rest.
Sure.
Then head out to Starfinder Society.
Meet me back here tomorrow. Just let me know when you come in, and we'll have a conversation with Dr. Grimm and see if this architect of yours knows anything more. We'll also see if our teams can get into those computers and find anything else out. And I think with that we see Jackdaw nod to you all and turn around and enter these massive doors of Bastion, this like concrete, like it's almost like a dwarven build in the center south of Absalom's Eye. You can still see like that tower of Dynatech off to the to one side, and the rest of this plaza, this amazing space here on Absalom Station, as you guys freely make your way to the ring into where your starship would be in dock, into the Lawspire complex. Yeah, Sylph.
I would go back to the Arcanum instead.
You're going to go back to the Arcanum Miriam. Maybe we see, it's as you guys nod to Jackdaw, and as you guys begin making your way off, the Sylph also nods to you in this massive hat. And yeah, we see her move off towards this like very opulent, clearly arcane built building. And we look to move into a new day. I will allow you guys to take a long rest as we close down the session.
I'll quickly send a message to Lynch and just be like, tea in the morning.
Yeah, and with that, we will end our podcast and YouTube session. Obviously, if you're on Twitch, stick around for the Drift Debrief. Otherwise, thank you so much to my players. Thank you so much for watching if you're on YouTube or if you're listening on the podcast. Once more, if you can, go across to YouTube, like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic. If you can nominate us for the Crit Awards, we'd be so grateful just for the recognition of being nominated. And yeah, until then, keep an eye on the memberships and keep an eye on everything else. Thank you so much. May the dice gods be ever in your favour. See you later.
See you all later.
Yeah.
Bye.